Hello, wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back to the Underdark for our Out of the Abyss game. Steven Zakan will be joining us very, very soon, but until then, you are with us, lovely people here, and a big hello to my players, and thank you for joining us again. Batska Bunny, hey, how you doing? That's you. Hello. I see you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for jumping in already, and of course, those of you in the VOD squad as well, thank you for heading over and joining us for our adventures whenever you are able to do so. That is always very much appreciated. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Those VODs, if you are not already in the know. Oh, Sam Blighter, hello, and thank you so much. 10 months, you absolute legend. I think we'll have to send the Icewind Dale group just back to Sunblight Fortress, just on principle. Okay. I have added Icewind Dale to our one-shot roulette list of locations to be a possible choice for our game later this evening in Japan. Tomorrow morning if you're in North America. So we might have to go back to Sunblight Fortress for one of those one-shot roulettes sometime. Okay, those are the links over there. They're for our socials there. We have Twitter, we have YouTube's as well. Head on over there for all of the links, all of the goodness, for everything I'm about to say, as well as all of the VODs of our various campaigns that you can catch up with at your leisure. And it is always a joy to have you along for the ride whenever you're able to. Now, speaking of people that I'd like to say thank you to, let me first and foremost say a big shout out to our fabulous artist as I do this. Hang on, Out of the Abyss art. The incredible Saladman, aka Ryutoshi, over on Instagram. They did some fab pieces this week. Do head on over there, and you can also get yourself some wonderful character art, such as we have here. And my only DM portrait is in the same style as well. A wonderful, wonderful thing. I like it so much. I have it on my phone as well. Lurking. Okay. So you can also get them a very reasonable and very talented artist that you can commission when they have them open. Hey, good to see you some later. Now, that said, let me carry on and say a massive thank you also to the lovely, lovely people over at Sirenscape. And congratulations to Vicky on her new show that kicked off on Tuesday. Her also embracing the random roulette feel for things as she was spinning those roulette wheels and creating sound sets on the fly. And from all reports, it was a great stream. And do check them out on Tuesdays, right after our Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign, rather nicely timed there. If you would like to check that out over on Sirenscape's Twitch channel. You can also check them out on their homepage for a free 30-day trial. And if at the end of that you fall in love with all the incredible music and sound effects that they have available for your games, you can become a Super Siren subscriber and have access to all of that, be your games in person or across the world, scattered to the four winds, but with the internet in between, as we are here. Now, I think this is one of our most... We've got New Zealand, Japan, and the US. That's pretty... And once we have our large horned friend back with us in Taiwan as well, one of our most spread out games. But yes, you can pipe Sirenscape all of the sounds, all of the scary sound effects all over the world by their incredible online player, and do try that out for yourselves. Now, speaking of music, there also, of course, we cannot go without saying a big thank you to the wonderful YouTube channels Dark Fantasy Studio, Travis Savoy, and Epic Journey for all of the lovely music that they make available for use in your games. The links are all on the YouTube VODs, do check them out. Now, that said, Zakan, Stephen, will be joining us very, very soon, but until that moment, let me catch up and start things a-rolling here as we get into things here. There's actually something that Corbin and Laura can be doing whilst we're waiting for Stephen, but I should get to that in a moment. Last time we were down here in the Underdark, they were in the Lost Tomb of Kayem, and they had finished battling against the shadows of the sorceress Kayem's faithful followers, and having been rather badly damaged, they decided to retreat up to the top layer and take a long rest. Whilst they were doing that, they managed to avoid detection from a roving band of deep trolls that came galloping by through the Underdark chambers outside. And after they were feeling up to the challenge once more, they descended again down, and they found the secret entrance to the tomb actual itself. And Zakan went in. He discovered a secret chest hidden by magic, by detecting the magical auras of the things held within, which... Corbin? Elora, you might want to remind him later that he has not opened yet. They are still down there in that tomb. And also, they disturbed, unfortunately, the vengeful spirits of Kayem herself, and the Wraith rose up from the sarcophagi, wishing to draw off the life energy and bring herself back into the material world, because she's, a material Wraith. A material Wraith. That's not how it goes. No, and because she's not material Wraith, because she was destroyed, because during the fight, Elora, being beckoned and drawn on by the voice in her mind, went down to that same sarcophagi and, opening it up, found the spark, the essence that was the remaining part of the Dawnblade. Is that the official name? Yeah. Get the name right. Dawnbringer, thank you. Yes, the magical blade Dawnbringer, which she had the hilt from, brought with her all the way from Mithranor, her elven city. Alas, no more. But the hilt was rejoined with the spark of its magical essence, and Dawnbringer was forged anew. And just in the nick of time, as the wrathful Wraith was plunged down through the secret entranceway, and as Dawnbringer was raised up, sunlight burst forth, and the Wraith spirit was ground down slowly against this unrelenting sunshine, and the spirit of this evil creature, seemingly awakened and spurned on by the strange abyssal forces that seem to be spilling up into the Underdark here, was no more and destroyed, and they were left here. And they had a nice chat, because this Dawnbringer sword is sentient and able to speak common, not just telepathically. It can just straight up speak out loud. And they were chatting about what chain of events had led to the current situation, and they found out that they were an ancient sword created by worshippers of the sun, and they had been born and taken away by this Netherese sorcerer in the city of Thultanthar. Excuse me. A Netherese city that had escaped the doom of the rest of the Netherese Empire by shifting itself off to the Shadowfell, the plane of shadow, and biding its time there until recently, when it has returned to the material plane, and they are angrily searching the world for plundered Netherese relics. That's the greedy other groups of races and peoples around Faerun have snatched up from the fallen ruins of these once magnificent cities. The hilt of this Netherese relic in question was, as we said, in the city of Mithranor, and intrinsically linked to their selection process for the leaders of that elven city. Elora's father, unknowing to its true roots and the meaning of his actions, contacted agents that seemed to be searching for such things in the hopes of profiting for himself. Little did he know that those agents were acting for the Netherese city of Thultanthar, and making that connection and allowing them to realize the location of one of their much sought-after relics brought the wrath of the Netherese city down on Mithranor. Not content with just dealing with Elora's father and getting the sword handed over, they also decided that the existence of Mithranor, so close to their ancient kingdom, their ancient floating grounds, if you will, welcome Zakan, is a little too close for comfort, and they decided to attack and raze the elven city to the ground, not being quite aware that Elora's fellow El prefixed name person, the fantastic mage Elminster, was in the corner of the elven city, and it was Elminster who turned the tide of the battle, destroying the Netherese city. But unfortunately, as he did so, he unfortunately brought the entirety of that massive floating habitation down, crashing into the elven city, and both cities were destroyed utterly. Now, Elora did not know that. because she was off away, Robin Hooding it up in the forests and highways around Baldur's Gate with her band of plucky, charitable highway ladies. And they, she was rather disturbed and worried, dismayed to hear all of this that happened in her absence. But that is what was going on. That was the chinwag that was had last time. So let us jump back in here and meet these lovely people. As I say, a quick hello to Chofanta. How you doing, mate? And we say a lovely hello. Who are you? Who are you playing? And where are they at? To these fabulous players of ours. Lady of the moment. Queen of hearts and minds. Just and true ruler of the remnants of the populace of Mithranor. Her Royal Highness, Elora Illustrious, if you'd be so kind.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm Sam. I play Elora Illustrious. She is a high elf rogue assassin from Mithranor. As you've heard the whole story now, I don't know if she's going to be queen. She hasn't decided that, but she will return to Mithranor, and she is more confident than ever now that she has this magical sword in her.
Yes. In royalty and in all things, consent is very important. Okay. I do not consent to your royal giving. Okay, yes, thank you very much. Moving on to our bemasked and be with us. Zakan. Hello.
Hey, I made it in time for
Perfect.
work. Yeah, right in time. I'm Steven, and I am playing Zakan, the Aasimar Ranger / Cleric. I got these spell cards for my birthday the other day.
Nice.
Which is very cool.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Zakan is a resident of the Underdark. They were not dragged here against their will. They've been here over 100 years with a divine mission to seek out those who are lost and guide them to where they need to go. A role which has granted them the nickname the Lightbringer in certain communities, and has discovered they have something perhaps in common with the mission Elora has just been granted.
Interesting. Yes. I'm curious, at any points during this 100 years in Underdark, did you meet a lone drow with a large black panther who offers that you come with them to the surface, but you're like, nah, I'm good?
It's very likely. I think over the years, many people have tried to get Zakan to go to the surface, but this is their home. This is all they've ever known, and maybe there's a part of them that's afraid, that doesn't understand it, the same way that people feel about the Underdark.
Okay. Yes. So I just perfectly to get myself lined up and in the good mindset for this game of ours here. I have started finally listening to the audiobooks of all the Dritz books. And I didn't realize how I have a very much stronger grasp on what drow society is like now. Unfortunately, because it's not pleasant.
You just understood it's worse than you thought it was.
Yeah, right. But also, I was very happy to hear and find out all the good stuff about Blingdenstone as well. I didn't realize that he went there for a good long time. So yeah, I was very nice to read that stuff as well. Which
survives.
That's a very dangerous thing for the DM to say, because now the players will completely ignore Blingdenstone. It's like hard left. Here we go. Okay, thank you. And last but not least, over on the right side of, as I'm looking at it, Corbin, please. Muted.
That's what I was grumbling. Let me make sure I'm not muted. Hi everybody, I'm Buns, and I am playing Corbin, our awesome changeling druid / monk. I punchy, and then I planty. It's fine. I'm also our resident zoo tamer, and hopefully we'll have half the Underdark sort of following me like game of Follow the Leader by the time we get to our next place.
Oh, I see. I can just imagine you like doing some kind of like one finger punch style and then planting little seedlings in. Okay, thank you.
Great, like a little mantis shrimp. I'll turn into a mantis shrimp, and then I'll plant things.
Way of the mantis shrimp. Yes. I am not at liberty to give too much information because I am under the restrictions of an NDA for the first time in my life. But we are currently playtesting some things from the upcoming Cobalt Press Tome of Heroes, and let me just say, I think it's safely to say that some of the some of the monk monastic traditions are fabulous. So good. So everyone look forward to that. That's coming out later. Okay, so let us return here to the Lost Tomb of Kayem. As you are still within, let me click here and bring things. Boom! I love that. I don't know what that sound is, but it's awesome. Deep bass bump. Good name. Good name. Deep bass bump. Okay, so you are probably slightly reeling from all of this information that Dawnbringer has imparted to you all, as you are here in the chamber of the sarcophagi of the 4 followers of Kayem that you defeated the Wraith in. And Elora, you are still down in the sorceress's tomb, having driven her. Actually, no. As you climbed up and we had this whole kind of exposition sequence with you all together up in that bigger chamber. So, please let me pass it over to you. How do you react to that splurge of information?
This is fine. They're used to sentient objects now. This is fine. This is apparently normal. So.
By the way, Corbin, you said
you were writing. You shouldn't be.
You were writing in your book, and
I was asking them if they knew the sword.
Right, and it was just the English punctuation emoji version of the little shruggy faces, like with the brackets and the little.
Or like, hey, you up?
We don't all know each other.
Unfortunately, went over onto it went onto the next page. It's like, new page. Who dis? Sorry.
What? No.
No, it doesn't. It does not. It does not.
Okay. So you're saying that that Laura's dad used to use you, but you didn't do a good job, and now Laura would be. So I call you Dawnbringer.
You're addressing the sword directly.
I was addressing Laura.
Okay.
Call you the Dawnbringer now? The Dawnbringer's apprentice.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I think that is the sword's name. I think they would like to be called Dawnbringer.
Okay.
I recognize this as its own being. I'm not the Dawnbringer. We already have a Lightbringer. We don't need a Dawnbringer.
Dawnbringer is so much to say. Could I call you DB?
If only Prince Derendil were here, he'd say something along the lines of the Dawnbringer dynasty has a certain ring to it, don't you think?
Get out of here, you.
Or Ellie, anything like that is fine. I don't need a title like the Dawnbringer.
Okay.
It seems that Destiny has a great many things in mind for you, Laura.
It's like no matter how far I try to run, I'm
Seems like the
destined
further
to go
you
back.
run, the more extra your destiny gets. You keep running into destiny. Run away from destiny. Go the other way.
I never believed in destiny until this happened, until this sword brought me here and told me everything it told it. So I'm just gonna have to let go and follow where it takes me.
Trust me when I say that you can rarely escape these things.
Oh, no, I'm doing a pretty good job.
Just look at Corbin.
I can't tell what your face doing, homie.
Oh,
Corbin,
apologies. Sometimes I forget. It was a doubting face.
Corbin, aren't you destined to, if the Abyss takes over the Underdark, aren't you supposed to leave with two 2 members of each animal race.
2 of every animal.
I have not been given that destiny yet. I am simply stumbling upon it, okay?
Corbin's
Corbin's
arc.
arc.
Hey,
There's that.
Jinx.
Corbin's arc, I just heard it. Does that mean I get 2 hook horrors? There were 2 bears. Seems like we need to go find another
I'm trying to make you forget the hook horrors by distracting you with everything else. Although,
Dragon eggs.
although it's become much more likely now that Drizzt and his Swerfneblin friend had a hook horror friend for a while.
See, it's doable. You just gotta work for it.
So,
Laura, what do you intend to do?
I've accomplished my goal, getting the sword. I intend to accompany you all to get you all home and then head back up to the surface from there. Did you want to explore this tomb more, or are you ready to leave?
Oh no, we came to this tomb for you. For that thing. I'm not doing nothing else inside of this death trap. I've already gone through 8 death traps. I don't want to go through anymore. I served my time.
Can agree with that. You definitely put yourself in a dangerous situation, and we're all safe. So I'm happy to leave.
Oh, there is something you said though. I don't want you to escort me home. I don't want to go home.
Oh,
I don't necessarily have plans to go back to the monastery.
Seems you wish to remain down here instead.
I mean, so far it's working out, to be real. I am purposely moving away from what I was supposed to be doing at the monastery. I don't want to be just somebody's fist. I want to be more than that. And the only thing I know how to do is to sneak things places and talk things away and also hurt people. And, it seems to fit in down here in a way that isn't what my family wanted.
Is that what you want to do? To continue to do? Sneak things, hurt people, move around?
I don't really care about the hurting people part. The sneaking things was actually kind of fun. But no, I don't know. And that's what I thought I could figure out with you, Alora.
well, I know that I don't want to stay down here, but I can see how you would thrive here and how the people here could use your help. I mean, there are not a lot of happy people walking around the Underdark. I think you could bring a lot of people joy, and you're natural at gathering people to your cause, or creatures, I should say. So,
Maybe. One thing at a time. Let's focus on getting back.
get everyone home.
Yeah.
Maybe find a team member or two.
I know. I can't be the tank anymore, y'all. Think Zakan's tank. No, Laura's the tank.
I am definitely not the type.
May not have perhaps noticed, but my body is very weak.
It's fine.
It's all I can do to walk as far as we do every day.
I can show you some workouts. I can show you some things, get your core back up. Some monk training.
Is that what we're going to do now? Or are we going to do a workout here in this tomb?
I think we've had plenty of exercise for the day.
Great. It's been arm day, soul day, sad day. I like to think we were all sitting down for a second while we were having this conversation and like listening to the sword. And Corbin is gonna like stand up and kind of like dust themselves off and like hold a hand out to each of you to help you up. There's a worry if we stay down here too long.
Zakan does. They do that thing where like you rub your back and they kind of stretch.
You just make noises.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Yeah, they make lots of like old people noises whenever they stand up because it's just a thing that comes with age. You know, you just have to make noise.
Helps.
All right, here we go. Yep. All right. Oh, there we are. Reconnecting with people and taking some of these folks where they need to go is as good a place to start as any, and we can gradually make our way towards the surface where Allura will either encounter her royal destiny or re-embark on a life of banditry with their holy magic sword.
I like the latter. I think that one sounds like a lot more fun, but we'll see.
If you'd like to keep this a secret from a certain fawning fan of yours, our lips are sealed.
I think I just heard my door. You keep talking.
Okay.
Yes. I think I know who you're referring to. I would like them to know as little as possible.
Corbin is
maybe
that
we'll
one
just keep
friend.
this.
Corbin's one friend that just does not know how to read a room and is like, y'all talk about Prince. It's like one hand over each of y'all's shoulders. Y'all talk about who I think you talk about.
Very same. That is why you're the investigative one in the party.
You tell them not to look at something but not make it suspicious, and they go like
Yeah, it's like when you're circled in a friends group and you're like, okay, so don't look, but the person behind me, and you go like, Like I said, don't look.
Our characters at brunch. It'll be a one shot. Just all of our characters at brunch.
A well-earned brunch at the end.
What is this deal, Allura? Like, that you don't... I mean, he's not ugly?
Prince Darendil, what's his deal?
Yeah.
I don't know. He just won't shut up about being royalty and lady this and miss this. I can't with him.
He's clearly trying to impress you. I just want to know why you don't like him.
He treats me exactly the way I've avoided being treated my whole life. He reminds me of everything that I hate. Condescending, he's pompous, he thinks he's better than everyone. He hasn't helped us at all. What does he do? He sits back and watches us fight.
He reminds me of the birds at the monastery when they would try to get girl birds' attention. Like, he's always doing the thing. Preening, that. He's always preening at you. Are you sure he's a prince? What if he's not? Ooh, the ultimate impress. You're a princess after all.
You'd be having the opposite effect.
I don't think
I'd much
he
rather
knows that.
criminal.
Now, Sam, I will want a report of everything they said. That was the agreement, right?
Oh yeah.
He was talking schmack.
Oh, and back just in time for Raiders. Hello, Guild Superior.
Yay! Hey, y'all.
Welcome.
Happy to catch your stream before and a subscription as well, you beautiful people. Thank you so much. Hey, Quims. Look at that, massive raid. Thank you so much. 34. Awesome. Wonderful, wonderful to see you all. Let me get those phoenixes flying.
Hey, howdy.
Boom. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I hope you had a fantastic time after I saw. It was going well. Hey, Time Lords. Okay, and Time Lord's wife, congratulations on all of the Greyhawk Con stuff over that weekend. Was that just last weekend? Yeah, I think it was last weekend, wasn't it? Yeah, that was great. Hey, Silver Red Fox Gaming, good to see you. And Andy, hey Andy, Quims, and Phantom. Hey, Phantom. Hey, hang on, Minnesota Muse, there we go. Sorry, it's all much together, it's difficult to read it. Okay, welcome everybody. Good to see you, good to see you. We were
10,000 late.
We were over on there. Quims, what have we talked about that emoji? Butts. We were over in Guild Superior's chat talking about a magic item that one of my one-shot roulette players has later today. They have a bag of holding, but they are also a bard with bagpipes, so we mushed them together. And we have bagpipes of holding. Now, where would you access said things? We decided, over in Guild Superior's chat, that the bagpipes of holding contains the extra dimensional space, and then that is dimensionally connected to the sporran that they're wearing on the front. So you go through the sporran to the bag of holding, which is inside the bagpipes. Bagpipes of holding. Okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't blow too hard, otherwise all your stuff will come out the pipes at the end. Right, okay, so welcome everybody. All of you raiders, let me just do a quick thingy over here. If you are not already, do give us a follow and be invited over to our followers Discord, where you can share art, or share your own projects, or just chat and hang out. It is a chill place where we like to talk about D&D and stuff. So give us a follow, and then I'll give you an invite over in your Twitch whispers there later on. Welcome everybody, welcome. We are just getting rolling, really. Just having a nice chat and catching up after some rather dramatic combats against undead here in a lost tomb in the Underdark. Now, what is anything decided whilst I was gone?
Oh, just that we're not going to tell Darendelle about the sword.
Probably a good idea. Yes.
Okay. Just a normal, cool sword.
Yeah. From the series.
Not a divinely inspired sword.
Yeah, he's just trying to impress Alora.
Notice. Okay, now, Alora, what are you doing with the moon sword that we had? You were kind of using that before, but now you have
wielding, baby.
Dawnbringer, dual-wielding magic swords. That's quite vicious.
Right?
It's very Drizzt, yeah.
Befitting of the finisher, I believe.
Yeah, I suppose with Dawnbringer, I don't need it.
Moon sword?
Dawnbringer's a longsword, isn't it? Elora? If you click on its name, it'll bring up the full details on the side. Should give the type and stuff as well.
The moon sword was like a short scimitar, right? So I think would work in the offhand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But both have to be finesse weapons, eh?
It does say it's finesse on the side. It says charge, martial, versatile, finesse.
Oh, okay. So you could dual wield.
I mean, it sounds cool as hell. So.
It does sound cool as hell.
Oh, jeez, it do.
Like the moon and the dawn, right? Like that's pretty cool.
Shit.
Thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Alora's not supposed to know this, but we kind of figured out that was what's causing the problem with the Surf Neblin. I don't know if Alora would have made that connection, to be honest, but it was never directly said, so I'm not sure how that would work. Yeah. Hey, no worries, Vamp. Good to see you. I guess hold on to it unless something happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zakon taps their staff on the ground, which they use to help get up. It said, "You're more than welcome to hold on to it. Swords have never been my forte. Tried it once 70 years ago. Never quite got used to it."
Okie doke. You have a scimitar in there, so you can just kind of switch that out. It is, if you go to your inventory, Elora, and go on the right side, it has the manage inventory there. If you type in on the search bar of the manage inventory when you're adding equipment there, if you put scimitar in there and then find yourself a +1 scimitar, that is what it is. Okay. And we can just remember the lycanthrope revealing thing.
Got it.
That is true, Silver. Yes, yeah, you can't actually fit that much in and out of a sporran. It'd be good for your valuables, good for treasure. I mean, like, how big is a bag of holding? Like, in the mouth of one of those. There's that new monster in Van Richten's Guide, the new book that came out this year that has the monster that moves between bags of holding and comes out of them at night and attacks the owners. Nice little bit of extra nightmare fuel. All right, so thank you fine people. Zakan.
Yes.
Speaking of magic items. ... Side eye.
You didn't open something.
Seeing my notes.
What did we miss?
The bottle?
Part of that.
Dawnbringer was not the only source of magic you sensed in the sorceress's tomb.
That's right. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome.
We got ourselves into a race battle right after that.
That's fine.
So I think they're kind of standing up to go, and then they look back towards the sarcophagus and remember a divine voice calls to them to remind them. And they say, Laura, did you find anything else down there in the crypt or around it?
Laura, you did not see anything when you were down there. There was just the mummified. There's the mummified corpse, but that's all. Oh, Tailmonger too. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for the raid. Welcome. Hope you had a great stream. Sorry, Laura.
You'll indulge this old wanderer's whimsy. I might go have a look. Before that presence emerged, I sensed a number of things down there. If another ghost comes out, please do come to my aid. And they'll shimmy down the rope.
Okay.
And not the kind of aid, Corbin, that ends with them hanging upside down from the ceiling, please.
Look, it would.
They still don't know that was Corbin.
It would have worked if it did. Okay, obviously. It would have worked if it did.
Oh, Tailmonger! It was Tailmonger's first ever stream, and they chose us to raid afterwards.
Yay.
Thank you so much, Tailmonger.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I hope you had a good
Lots
time.
to live up to.
Okay.
They're going to be at the ready, like anchoring. They're going to be at the ready to help you pull them up like before.
Yes, indeed. Okay.
So have a look at those spots that lit up with Isurus when they did the identify before they were rudely interrupted their tomb raiding.
Now where was I?
Hey, everyone! I've heard whispers on the grapevine that Tailmonger's streaming now. You should go and check them out. There's a shout out in the chat.
Oh snap!
Okay. So, yes, Zakarn, you don't have your detect magic on still, right?
No, because I think it had just finished, and then the battle happened, but it only lasts for like 10 minutes once it's on or something.
Right. So yeah, you head down there, but you do remember where the location of this other. It was at the foot of the sarcophagi, outside the sarcophagi itself. And as you head down there and start to kind of investigate that area, you quickly discover an invisible chest.
I kind of feel around and then you go like, oh.
Yeah, it feels like to the touch you would say it's made of stone.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, so they sort of like feel it out. Mm-hmm. Do they like detect a latch, or can they sort of lift it? Is it open?
You try the lid, and you are happy to discover it is unlocked, and the invisibility is on the exterior. So once you lift up this invisible lid, you are able to see the interior, and there are various treasures that this sorceress of Kayem, Brysis was her name, by the way, took with her into the afterlife. Yeah, quotes.
Like a name written on the inside of the chest lid.
Little
This belongs
labels.
to Bryce's claim.
Little sign pen labels. And you see a great deal of coinage filling up the bottom of this chest, and then nestling atop that a necklace. Let me do this. Can you roll me a d6?
Sure. They call up, no more vengeful spirits, but I think the two of you will be happy with what is down here. And that's a 6.
Oh,
Nice. Okay, you free this necklace with these little 9 little red beads hanging.
I know who this guy is. Perhaps.
I think last time we saw one of those together, you were in Trollskull Alley.
Yeah.
And it was
made good use of that thing.
sliding off a rooftop.
I think I threw off a major section of your plot by using one of those.
Absolutely. Wouldn't have it any other way. So yes, that is a necklace of fireballs, as you are well aware. And there are two potions. One of them is clearly a healing potion from the look of it. The other one, the potion inside is rose-colored and kind of has an effervescence quality to it. And can you roll me an investigation check? No, perception check.
Oh, much better.
Good.
I don't got no book learning. For perception, that is a 22.
Nice. So yes, it would be easy to miss this, but you can't help but notice one of the bubbles in the center, right in the center of the potion. There are plenty of other bubbles around it, but this one catches your eye. It is a perfect heart shape.
Mischief potion.
Okay.
And then they gather up the coin and these things, and they'll worry about counting it later, I suppose.
So yeah, for the necklace of fireballs, you can put down there, just mark that it's got nine beads on it, and the potion of healing. It's a greater. If you want to just make that memo for later.
Cool. Thank you very much.
And the other potion, just mark it as potion A.
Potion A.
Until it's identified, or you just drink it, Corbin.
Until you just drink it.
Until yes.
Don't drink the sour potion,
Quims,
please.
how much you got, Quims?
You beat me to it. I was about to call him out. Okay, so let us.
Nice.
Yes, so that is clearly the other sources of magic that you discovered whilst you were down here before.
Yeah, so it was like the tomb, and then at the foot of the tomb, and that was all they kind of detected.
Indeed.
In the room.
There was one
Cool,
other
cool.
one other thing, Zakan. I don't know how much you value the sanctity of the dead, etc., but the gold sheath, the thin gold sheath that covers the sarcophagus, does look like it could be pried loose and worth quite a bit.
Gold sheath that covers the.
There's a
I see,
gold
like,
sheath
the thing.
over the sarcophagi. Yeah.
See, they are an agent of like a divine lawful good.
Yeah.
Patron. So I'm gonna say probably not. They also don't really care about money beyond its usefulness.
True. The money that you got from the chest is worth much more. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
And later, at some point, you will take the moment to count all this, I assume. So you may as well write this down now. There are 4,000 silver pieces.
Jesus.
Yeah. Corbin and Elora, you have to help Zakan back up, like heaving up with the rope, because he comes up with a much heavier load than he went down.
They just like tie a bag to it, and it weighs the same as Zakan.
So yeah, 4,000 silver pieces, 1,200 gold pieces,
Jesus Christ.
and 11...
Everyone watching at home, I hope that your DM is as kind as this to remind you that you might have missed out.
was going to say, this is in module, this isn't me being kind, but oh no, yes, actually. Reminding you that it was there, yes. I also told Laura and Corbin to remind you as well, but they didn't. So,
we didn't.
what does it
have
come to
pizza.
when the DM is more in your corner than your own party mates?
Okay, we were scheming for a one shot of a brunch. You let us have
Oh,
it.
nice.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing it.
We were doing valuable character work.
Speaking of one-shots, everyone, do join us Thursday morning or evening, depending where you are in the world, or lunchtime, I suppose, for a rather fabulous one-shot. We have our next session of one-shot roulette coming later today. It's going to be so good. We have Dreaded GM and L from, Josh and L from Dreaded GM's channel. We have Patch from Question Quiz UK. We have Scarlet from Scarlet's Song. We have our own Marin and Michael as well, and it's going to be great. We generated the characters last Friday, and they are a mixed up bunch. There are 4 sorcerers. 2 of them are wild magic sorcerers. It's going to be fantastic.
Who's all sorcerers?
Yep, sorcerers all the way down, except 2 of them. But actually, a lot of them were like very viable characters, like Swag. Swag. It was Swag, Llama, and I as usual, doing the mixology for these randomly generated characters. And Swag and Llama and I were saying that we could play these. Hey, Lazy, how you doing? We were saying these are very playable. This like campaign characters, especially Elle's. Elle's got this amazing monk rogue. It's really cool, and it's one of the Humblewood eagle kind of bird folk characters.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
How's it going, Lazy? Okay. By the way, Lazy, sorry to answer your question directly, instead of via the message, as I should have already. Sorry. That time that I was suggesting was the Friday nights rolling into Saturday, first thing. So that on the 29th. Yeah, the evening of the 29th. Sorry.
As the bag of loot is being hauled up.
Yes.
Can they take a look at the body that was in the tomb?
Absolutely. Yes. So there is a withered, mummified corpse, much like yourself.
Yeah. I think much like Zakan.
Slightly less animate.
Yeah. But who knows how long it'll be. Did they look disturbed at all from like the activity, like from their gentle repose?
No.
Okay. Yeah, they still got their arms crossed or whatever, and they're all neat and orderly in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
I think they'll just gently.
Yep.
Just gently lower the lid.
Yeah.
And return them to it.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I'm feeling a bit lazy. So there was one more room. There was a door that was
antechamber.
Actually, let's come over. I put you on this back in the chamber in the the Underdark kind of tunnels map screen here, but I suppose we do have there is potentially a little more to do here. So you are over here as you clamber up once more from the sorceress's tomb, and back to the west. There was one more door to the south that you hadn't investigated.
I mean, after finding all of the coins, I feel like there was like, let's one more room.
I feel a lot more open to it now. Before it's like, let's get the hell out of here, but now.
Okay, majority rules. Do we take the coins and run? Do we know where those trolls went? I feel like they're going to be carrying all of this.
Quite a lot of hours ago now, so that was kind of halfway through the long
Quite a lot
rest.
of hours ago. Okay, it wasn't. Okay, cool. I thought it was like a patrol or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then if it's not, we've already said we're getting out of here. We do have the one more room, but the one more room is the room that will have things.
How much worse could it be?
What would Poppy Zarillus do? What would Ignatius Poppy Zarillus
Well, he would have already been in that room. We tried to stop him wandering somewhere he's enormous.
Yes. Our Minotaur barbarian friend.
The exact reason why he's not in our group right now is he wandered off somewhere.
You know what? When you're not wrong, you're not wrong. Okay, just a peek.
Please.
Please remember that Corbin snuck off with Ignatius. Laura was gone for 5 minutes.
Would one of you like to
After
ensure
Laura's
that
reaction,
the door
I assume you'll never do that again.
Or they'll do it again.
Lazy would like to point out that it could also be a treasure room, but a treasure room full of monsters.
Could also be
treasure of monsters?
The treasure is the monsters.
A
we
wealth
found
of
along
danger.
the way.
I forget which book it is. I think it's in one of the. I think it might actually be in the new book. Which did you see? The two more books coming out this year got delayed. Ooh, like Fizzbands got delayed by a week, and then the Strixhaven book got delayed until December. Unfortunately. But I think it might actually be in the Fizzbands Horde of Dragons. Treasury of Dragons? I forgot the name. Book, but there is actually a horde mimic. It's like looks like a horde of treasure, but it's actually a mimic.
It's a big mimic.
It is. Well, my poor Descent to Avernus players found sand dune mimics. Like the whole sand dune.
Stuff like that, and then you want me to go into an unmarked room.
Yeah, it was very worrying timing to be bringing this up.
Oh, just as an aside, just.
Yeah.
Related.
Okay.
Speaking of mimics, there's not a mimic hut.
Okay,
just a
there's not
hut.
a mimic. Does
Just a hut.
anybody-
It's just a hut.
Okay, fine. You want to detect that you want to do the same thing you did for the.
So
the
it's good.
tomb,
I love how Laura was
the
just boldly
door?
marching off and she just stopped. It's just, I'll wait here. It's okay. If you two are not coming.
I'll learn myself. I am pretty lucky today. I don't know about you two.
You're
We
saying
would like
that
to
there's just
look cautiously. Both have a decent sense for danger. Whether or not you choose to employ it is another matter, but
if I wasn't so impressed by all of your shade, I'd be mad at it.
there's nothing but shade down here. It's the Underdark.
The shadiest region of all of Faerun.
You either learn to live with the shade or you die.
I want some light without a shadow.
I mean, yeah, the four shades did nearly kill you before. Actually, the shades were much more dangerous than the wraith was.
we absolutely wrecked the wraith.
I kind of jumped the shark a bit there.
Right.
Kind
the
of
door
in place.
another one of those heavy doors?
It is, yes. But you work together. I mean, it's more a case of it's not can you open it, it's how long does it take kind of thing, you know. So.
Oh, this is becoming effort.
Ugh. So you, please do head on out to that room. I have removed the doors for your dungeoneering pleasure.
Thank you.
Go on, Laura. Go on. Just one more step.
You coming?
I'm right here. Hold on, I'm coming.
You don't have to do this if you don't want to.
I love how the most experienced person of the Underdark is like, nope, I'm sticking over here. I'll see what happens. Tell me how it goes.
I mean, they did go into the hole like twice by themselves.
Okay, so as you heft open those sturdy stone doors leading to that southern chamber, you see
Sounds like 10 feet back.
in this little kind of entrance chamber, and there was two doors there, so you have to slowly shove them both that way. And as you're shoving the second one out of the way, to the east and west on those little walls there are small niches which are carved into the walls, and inside of those rest a dozen canopic jars. You know canopic
Like in here?
jars? Do we know canopic jars?
No, you don't open canopic jars. If they're what
No.
I think they are,
Nope, that's probably a good idea.
For human remains.
So the mummification process. The organs are placed in canopic jars.
oh no, Corbin would actively respect them. They wouldn't.
Yeah.
They wouldn't
Yeah,
try to
exactly,
take
right.
them
And as
or
you,
open
yeah,
them
so
or
you step
anything.
past those and shoulder open the second door and go into the room itself. And in the middle of the room, there is a wide stone sarcophagus atop of a black marble bier. Is it beer or bier? Bier?
Fire.
Bier. The lid of the sarcophagus is inlaid with dust-covered mosaics depicting great floating cities high above a beautiful landscape. Further, showing you the connection with the Netherese that you had already discovered. And
That's the sword. What it is.
the lid of the sarcophagus looks incredibly heavy, but it's made lighter by an ancient spell that has survived to this day. So you, Sakan, you kind of get a sense of some kind of arcane presence of this sarcophagus here.
Like, I think they'll say that, like, while they were struggling with the door, Zakan was casting Detect Magic, or their Detect Magic was still up, or whichever you want. And yeah, so once the door is open and the other two have not immediately died, they kind of, will approach the opening and have a look for any shining phase earth points.
Mm-hmm. You do detect the magic from the sarcophagus there, yes.
Is there anything else?
There is some magic on the lid, as we said, and then there is also a source of magic on the interior as well.
And detecting another magical source within that tomb, if it's anything like the other tombs which contained magical sources, interacting with it might lead to danger.
There. That's the sword.
Okay. So Allura takes out the Dawnbringer and tries to speak with the Dawnbringer. Says, "Is there something in the sarcophagus that we should not disturb? Are you aware of what this magical item is?"
I was not aware of this tomb's construction. I was merely buried with Rices, who wished to greedily keep me for herself, even beyond death, and hide my light from the world.
Well, I don't know about you. This Corbin speaking with Allura. I don't quite know about you, but I'm tired of fighting ghostly specters. Not my thing. If we don't know what's in here, and we've already found what we were supposed to in this place, I don't necessarily want to take a chance. We're pretty much set, and getting across to the Underdark, it shouldn't be hard with what we just found in that other tomb, currency wise. So I say we, take the money and run.
Okay. Yeah, I understand you don't want to take another gamble today. We can cut our losses and leave.
And we see this. These are two benches. The one that's right next to where my character is, and the one that's across the room. Are those two benches? Those aren't more doorways, are they?
No, it's just some kind of carvings. They're probably where the carvings of the floating cities and things are. Just more decorations.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And the floating cities, they're not anything specific. Like we wouldn't recognize them specifically, right?
I mean, again, you recognize the symbology to be, harking back to the Netherese Empire, cities. But yeah, nothing beyond that.
Yeah. I want to take a chance to fight somebody who is going to want the sword. Floating cities and everything.
I wonder if this could be a perception type question, but comparing this tomb room to the one that Dawnbringer was found in, does it have a more a foreboding or like dangerous or warding kind of vibe?
Corbin, can you give me a history check, please?
Yes.
So afraid of ghosts.
Yeah,
As ghosts messed us up real bad.
Corbin's afraid of
I
that
am
ghost.
afraid of ghosts.
Right? Corbin's afraid of the ghost. 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay. You in your studies and things, and you've heard of various like burial rites and different ways of doing things and tombs and the like. Wasn't it through a tomb that you entered the Underdark in the first place?
Yes, it is exactly that.
You're pretty sure that this is a misdirect. This is supposed to be right, because this is supposed to be like the fake tomb of Brisis, and then you've got the staff, the four spirits, the servants that were buried off in the side chamber. So anyone that wasn't looking through properly with Elora's rogue instincts, finding the secret door, you discovered before you actually came here. But anyone that was kind of thinking to loot the tomb would probably think this was the main tomb of Brisis, and then the other one was the tomb of the servants, and wouldn't look beyond these two rooms for a third, which is where the actual tomb was. So it's quite common to have these fake tombs as a misdirect, and as such they are often trapped.
Yeah.
To punish would-be
like,
tomb raiders.
They're gonna like share that, they're saying it like it's a hunch, and they sort of like turn around to the door. We left them open, or did they close behind us and we have
No, they're just resting open. It's okay.
Like, yeah, let's leave this for the next unlucky SOBs.
Okay.
I'm not nice enough to disarm it, because I don't know how.
Okay, so you're going to make your way up to the
Yep.
quotes surface.
Yes, we shall go rise up out of this dark place into the dark place.
Another dark place.
Mushrooms
A
to meet.
less dark place.
Mm-hmm.
Dark light.
Okay. Thank you. So, you clamber your way up that switchback stair, climbing and climbing and climbing, and as you do, you start to hear the low murmurings of your friends and the occasional sound like that. Thank you, Soundscape. Of Webster up above, and you gain a sense of safety and warmth from the proximity of your comrades, and you do find yourselves back in that entrance chamber with all of those NPC friendos of yours. This lot.
Hey, NPC friendos.
NPC friendos.
Are the twins still like mad at me?
They weren't mad ever. They were just worried about how everyone was going to react.
Okay, all right.
If anyone, Elora reacted the worst, so they're probably most worried about her.
Right.
Hey, Scrappy.
Well, we can tell them that you found the sword. They're like, ta-da!
This old thing just lying around on the ground, totally without danger. Didn't have to fight
Sunlight
for
just
it.
bathes the entire chamber, and everyone's like, "Ooh." all of the Underdark races are like, my eyes.
No. It was like we found fight, we found violence. Don't.
Jim Jar comes over. He's like, yeah. we heard. made a little profit on your survival. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm honored
Me
that you
specifically?
that
Right? And they're like, oh, really? He's got a blip.
Yeah, I lost some money on Zakan, but yeah, you win some, you lose some.
Wouldn't be the first.
And yes, you can head on out once more. Zakan, you listen intently at the door. It does not sound like there are any deep trolls or the like roving around the immediate exterior of this place. I think we got one more before we left. Okay.
Deep
So, big boom.
whenever they do open the
Deep
door,
Okay.
Zakan have a look at deep troll tracks and see if they went the way that we're going to go, or if they went on.
Give me a survival check.
One of my very, very strong skills. I say, like, right before I roll a 1, I'm sure.
Please stop.
Oh, well, it wasn't a 1.
I don't
Good.
I don't want.
The total, because my survival bonus is crazy, is a 9.
Okay. The way of the bottom of the ravine here, all the jumbled rock and fallen debris from high up above, where the ceiling, you can't even see any stalactites or anything. It's just lost in the distance up above, and you are unable, I'm afraid, to determine which way they were headed. Some strange kind of slimy, like, stuff left behind as well from where they passed through.
We'll just return to direction towards Neverlight Grove.
Yes. You know the general direction, and you remember that once you get closer, Rumpadump is going to be able to figure out what's what. And yes, you start to make your journey once more. There are, hang on, I wrote this down, 5 days remaining by your estimates. So, speaking of that, Elora, would you be so kind as to roll a d20? For this first day.
14.
A 14. Okay. Roll me another d20, please.
Five.
A 5. Thank you. You start to make your way again through the twisting, winding caverns. As much of this journey has been completely plunged into just completely enveloping darkness, except for pockets of bioluminescent fungi and things that are around. And you cross a couple of rushing cold water streams as they go through on their way to wherever they're headed, probably to the Dark Lake. And again, it's a mixture of vast open caverns, winding your way through the various stalagmites that cover the bottom of the cavern, crossing over kind of high arching rock bridges naturally formed by the passing of time down here, and onwards through tight single file, basically just small cracks through the rock between tunnels. Zakan always stopping at each junction, choosing and trying to find which way. And Zakan, you do actually find that Jimjar and Topsy and Turvy do have a certain kind of innate sense of direction and a certain affinity with the stone itself as Sverfneblen. And they are able to kind of guide you, and just quite a bit of background noise there for someone. Where's that from? Sorry, I don't know who's it coming from.
What does it sound like?
Is it like a fan or something?
I don't have anything on here.
Okay, that's cool. They're actually able to help you and assist you in your decisions. And they seem to be able to sense what's in the close vicinity, at least. As they kind of place their hands on the stone, and they often point out the fact that there is a parallel tunnel joining just a few meters through the rock on the other side, or if they get to a junction, they have a pretty good sense generally of whether that will be heading in the right direction or looping back to where you came from. And you... Let's look here. Khan, you and Eldith are leading the way normally, as usual, and at one point you come into a decent-sized cavern, and you immediately are able to sense the presence of a dangerous gas leak of natural gas that's venting from somewhere.
Yeah, like hold up a hand for the group to stop.
Yeah, you catch the scent of it before you blunder into the chamber where it's pooling.
Ahead, there's gas of some kind which could poison us, or at the very least make it very difficult for us to breathe and continue. Topsy-turvy, you didn't sense any routes that might go around here, did you?
There was there was that tunnel off to the north side, about half a mile back. It's not in the right direction because that's why we didn't take it. But I think it should lead us at least to connect again to something that would be in the right direction.
I suppose we're not in a particular rush, and gas being visible is quite a dangerous thing to deal with. If they kind of take a good whiff of it, are they able to sort of figure out if, for example, if it pools on the ground and they'd be okay, walking upright, or vice versa, if they crouch down, is it something they might know about?
You think that the whole cavern will be flooded with this, as it doesn't really have anywhere to go, just apart from leaking out into the tunnels a bit, which is what you're detecting already. Who doesn't have dark vision? Corbin? What are you using when you're traveling here? Are you using lights, or are you just riding Webster and allowing them to show?
I'm sort of trusting Webster at this point. Especially since I now know how to hang on to him upside down.
Indeed.
Yeah. I think Zakan does insist on relative darkness, unless they specifically need to see, it's just stay close, stay connected.
And you're very thankful at that at the moment, because if this had gone undetected and anyone had just walked into here with a with an open flame, it would have been very bad.
Yeah. That's a very good point.
But yes, so
yes.
I'm afraid the travel pace for the day is halved as you take that long route around, but you are eventually find yourselves traveling in the right direction once more. Although, if on the off chance there was a band of angry slavers pursuing you tirelessly through the Underdark, that would bring them a little closer.
I think Zakan explicitly chose not to mention this, but they did know from maybe their younger, bolder days that one good way to clear gas out of a chamber is just to throw some fire in there and take cover. And like, then the chamber's really well cleared, but it also risks cave-ins and exploding yourself and all types of things. So they did not say it out loud. They were like, oh, just guess we gotta go around.
Because you're smart, Zakan. Because I could have been like, okay.
In your youth, was that ever
Precisely.
done? In your youth, was that ever done for a dare?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so.
I feel like Corbin reminds Zakan of what they used to be like, and that's why they're always like, go sit down.
I think very much so. I think they were this brash, sort of explorer type, like, do not worry, I will take you across the Underdark.
Across the Underdark.
It's a miracle you're still alive. Okay, so
a scimitarless swashbuckler.
Speaking of Zakan, with this extra day, you do get to roll once more. So, is there anything that you would like to discuss amongst yourselves as you make camp that evening? Oh, Corbin, roll me a d12.
12. How many roll things? Okay. 4.
Okay, thank you. So, is there anything that you want to talk amongst yourselves as you make camp and settle down for rest that night?
I do think that any evening where we're making camp that Zakan has the energy, the spell slots for it, they would be casting their primeval awareness to try and detect within 6 miles all those nasty things, and particularly like that huge presence of the abyss, of any abyssal type thing, because that's their great concern. It's just normal nasties, they're fine.
When you detect fiends, does it actually tell you which kind of fiend? Like abyssal or infernal, or just fiends?
It's just fiends.
Okay.
And it actually doesn't give you like number or what specifically the creature is. It's just like, hey, presence,
Yeah.
over in that direction. There's the presence of this thing, and
yeah.
So.
You this evening you detect just the regular horrors.
Yeah, the normal horrors, the old familiar, comfortable menagerie.
Oh yes. This is just the right amount of pee going down like this. But we're fine.
But, I mean, Zakan, on the flip side, like detecting nothing would be equally worrying.
Oh yeah. That is out.
What the hell has happened in this region that there is nothing dangerous? Okay, so yeah, is there anything that you'd like to talk amongst yourselves in character, or can we move on to the next day?
We can move on. Other than like, Corbin's gonna rearrange their spells because we're taking a long rest, and they can do that on a long rest.
Hey.
But
okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, you do that.
yeah.
And everyone
take a second to do those.
Everyone can take a well. Actually, as you take this long rest and ponder everything that happened in Gracklstug and the lost tomb of Kayem, you may take the benefits of that long rest and get those hit points and things back and change those spells. And you awaken the next day, safe, sound, and level 5.
Ooh.
Hey!
I'll save all that jazz for after the session.
No, let's do it. It should be fairly simple.
Yeah.
So everyone, if you go into your character builder, that anvil icon there, and on the class page, shift it to level 5. Let's see if we've got anything new.
Level 5.
New toys?
Oh wait, I created.
Hey, this is going to be all of my turn undead shit.
Just realizing. Not now, damn it.
But it is. It's this level. This is my second cleric level.
Oh,
yeah.
No. Let's have a look here. Alright. So yes, Laura, do you have anything new?
Uncanny dodge, so starting at
Nice.
1 and a 2
That's a good one.
to an attack, you use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you.
Mm-hmm. When do you have to say that? When do you have to mention
The action.
So
Yeah,
does
just
that-
as you.
Just as a reaction. Okay. So I think it's before I say how much the damage is, because you can't be like, oh, you only got a 1. No, I won't bother then.
That is how we have played it, I think. Like,
Right.
if you know it hits...
Yeah, I say it hits,
then
and
you
then
do it,
you
but
can
not the
opt to
damage.
try and dodge. Yeah. Yes, I'm seeing here, Elora. You also get +1 to your proficiency bonus, so that'll +1 to all of your proficient skills, and an extra d6 on your sneak attack, which is good. 3d6 now. Okay, excellent.
My specific cleric that Zakan is, there's a really cool channel divinity called Radiance of the Dawn, which I feel is quite appropriate.
That
for
sounds good. Yeah.
we just encountered.
Nice. So you're a 2nd level cleric now?
Second level cleric.
Okay, so you get an extra spell. You get an extra 1st level spell as well.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a divine domain feature, apparently. What's that? Hey, Mubluff. Good to see you. We are leveling up.
So that's is Radiance of the Dawn, which, if I may, you present your holy symbol, which is Zakan's carved Zerkwood staff. And, any magical darkness within 30 feet is dispelled, and each hostile creature within 30 feet must make a Constitution saving throw. If they fail, they take damage equal to 2d10 plus your cleric level.
Nice. That's awesome. And I do appreciate the pointing out of hostile creature. If Ignatius was here, he'd be happy. Oh, thank God. Okay, excellent. No proficiency bonus, unfortunately. But that's that. And are you going with a
Roll
druid
HP?
level, Corbin?
Yes.
Yes, please do roll your HP. Go to the manage HP up there and roll one of the dice for your particular type.
I can't do it in the roll 20. My character sheet isn't in roll 20. It's on D&D Beyond.
We're all doing this on D&D Beyond. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just making
Yep.
sure. Whew.
Yep. Sorry. So that's 2nd level druid now.
2nd level druid, 3rd level monk.
Okay. Now, anyone in chat, are we aware of our druid skills? What comes with 2nd level?
Is it 2nd or is it 3rd level?
2nd level, you get wild shape.
I thought that was only if you did.
They have just
I
got
thought
to
that
level
was
5,
moon
McMuff.
time.
But we have a couple of multi-classes here. Zakan is a
Yep.
ranger cleric, and Corbin is a monk druid. Yeah, wild shape someplace
Yeah.
there. That's right. So, Corbin, we need to have a chat and decide which wild shapes you've got. One of the one-shot roulette characters later is a druid, and they have wild shape. And we randomly rolled their wild shape ones as well, and they got drop bear as one of their wild shape.
What? Yes.
For Visit Australia, too dangerous.
It's perfect because we have our 3 Australian guests for the one shot. We have Josh and Elle
Survived
from
this long.
Dreaded GM, and we have Scarlett from Scarlet Song as well. 3 Aussies there.
I mean, it's got to be a mama spider, right? It's got to be
Oh.
the mama spider.
Yeah, a giant spider's probably too strong at first,
No.
but later.
Oh, yeah. later.
You also get an extra first level
okay.
spell as well. For your
Yep,
druid.
I'm looking at them now.
Druid toys. Yeah.
From
And-
hit points, do we reroll ones in that grand tradition?
Yes, absolutely. Sod.
If we roll a one twice in a row, do we reroll it again?
Yeah.
Alright.
Wow.
Yeah, that was rather uncanny.
Dice is like, no cheating, come on.
No, you get a one.
And Corbin, also you get your druid's circle, but we're going to maybe delay that just a little.
Just a little, yeah, we're fine.
Just a smidge. Okay. Thank you. Right.
Shenanigans.
Okay, thank you. So, yes, that's all sorted. Now,
We're all at camp reflecting on our near-death experiences.
yes,
Right?
must
More
be
mature.
better. Must be better.
Stronger.
Oh, I'm better. How'd you go on your HP? How many HP did we get? Hey, Laura, how many did you roll?
I didn't roll yet.
Okay. So yeah, just
We're
roll
supposed
just
to
roll
do
one
the
of one of
handle.
your hit dice, whatever level that is.
Dice is 5d8.
Zakan and
just-
Corbin, you roll the dice of the level of the class you leveled up in if they're different.
Okay. Cannot believe so.
I got 2.
Better than 1.
I rolled a 1, and a 2. Which feels very rude.
it's in character. To be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I hate.
I thought we were in
so
force.
How'd you go, Corbin?
Mine says 5d8, so I'm supposed to roll 5d8.
No, just roll 1d8.
Just one,
that's-
okay.
Yeah,
I was
that's
about to
the
say.
number. That's
I
the
was
number of
about
hit
to say.
dice. That's the number of hit dice you have available on a short rest.
All right.
I want to
rolled a 5 on my
reroll.
d8.
What did you get?
I wanna reroll. Oh.
Laura, how'd you go?
And 1.
Oh, you can re-roll that. It's okay.
And I rolled a 5,
Yeah,
so do I just add
natural
5?
ones are okay. At the top, if you go, did you go into manage hit points?
No,
Yeah. It won't roll it for me, but it's just telling me what I should roll, so I'm
Yeah.
just rolling it on
Yeah,
a
just
separate page.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, Corbin, on the class tab of the character builder, there's manage HP at the top right. If you click that open,
Class tab of the character
click
builder.
in the character builder, click on the class tab, and then they've got manage HP at the top right. And then roll the dice, and then it says, let me look at it so I've got it properly, so I'm not saying the wrong thing here. I've got one of my own characters for that. Sorry, everybody, bear with us. Class.
Leveling up.
Manage HP.
You just hit apply.
Well, no, on, oh, grr. HP. Confirm. Okay, on the, so yeah, in the, oh, thank you, iHawk99. Welcome. Lhawk, sorry, excuse me. You look like, on the other
the
side, like
manage-
an eye. Yeah, manage HP button, top right, and then it will say rolled HP. There's 3 boxes: rolled HP, HP modifier, and override HP. In the rolled HP, just add the number that you rolled to that number. Welcome, Elhawk.
Oh, okay, so
Hope you had a good session.
it says.
We're leveling
add
up
5
our
more.
characters here to level 5. Yes, just add 5 to that number, and the Constitution bonus is automatic.
Awesome, cool.
And Elora,
Yay,
what was the
okay.
reroll?
2.
2. Oh, 2 twos. Oof. Oof. Hey, Elhawk, how you doing? Welcome. What were you playing? Let me give you. I can do a shout out and find out. Elhawk 99. Boom. Hey, everyone. Streaming tabletop RPGs. What system were you playing, Elhawk? I hope you had a good one. Okay, so there we are. We have level 5 little buddies here. And Zakan is about to roll a d20 to see how the next day of travel goes.
Let's see.
I've heard. Excuse me. I've heard great things about thirsty sword lesbians. Hope it was a good one.
That is a 6.
A 6. Okay, that means the next day of travel, making up the lost time from this gas-filled chamber that you had to take a detour around, is non-eventful. You are able to pass through this area of the Underdark. Cool. And yeah, that brings us to you are able to travel without incident. I think you do see you start to see slightly more evidence of clusters of fungi and other mushrooms, bioluminescent and just regular ones. No massive like Zerkwood forests or anything yet, but there are more mushrooms and things around than previous, and you are able to add some to your supplies as you are foraging as you go. Okay, thank you. So, everyone takes a rest again. Not that you need to. That's okay. You hold up camp there. Jim Jar comes over to you as you're camping the second night, and he's like, the Swerf Nebulin is like, so did I overhear right that we're headed to a Myconid colony?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I've never seen any of those. Have you, Zakan? Have you ever visited one before?
You've never just holds up a rumpadump. You haven't?
No, a colony, a full colony. I've seen Myconids, of course.
They are residents of the
He's
Underdark.
doing that like fake AAA kind of shadow boxing with Rumpadump. Rumpadump just stood there impulsively, just like looking. He's like, no reaction. I'm sorry, Zakan. Yeah.
Not got time for it. As residents of the Underdark, journeys usually don't encounter theirs. Any Myconids that I've encountered know where they are going, and very few of them wish to go to the surface. And as such, I haven't had a reason to visit them.
Why do you think Ignatius was headed that way? What did you hear in the city?
Your guess is as good as any of the rest of ours, but I assume it was in pursuit of his missing companions.
Oh yeah,
They were of the Fae after all.
Where's he from? What was that all about? Is he not from your neck of the woods, Elora?
No, I believe he is from the Feywild, from what we heard of stories of his comrades.
So you said.
I don't know much about that, but aren't there like crossings over into that from like locations with like vast amounts of nature and the like?
That is the rumor, yes.
Aye. I heard that it's like a mirror of our world, and it's like it's like the same kind of geographical like features and stuff, but like skewed into the extreme.
What's
Fey
extreme?
Well, like a hill up on the surface in the Feywild would be like a massive, majestic mountain range or something.
What is the term you use, Corbin? Extra?
Yes, that's extra.
Yeah, that
It
sounds
sounds
about right.
awesome.
It sounds like it's a beautiful place, but very dangerous as well.
I believe Ignatius
Go
had said
hand in
that
hand here.
kind were taken in the Feywilds, rescued or harbored by them in some way.
I think I think if maybe Ignatius is headed that way because he thought there was a a gateway through. I mean, this spot, this Neverlight Grove, it sounds like, if there was going to be one, it would be there. It sounds spot on, for the kind of spot, that if this is like, if these Myconids, if they make their colonies in these areas where there's all of this natural, fungi, growth around, like, it must be prime real estate for a Fey crossing.
The dump, and they turn to them. We haven't had much time to delve into the circumstances with which you joined, as unfortunate and mysterious as they were, but did you have any encounters with Neverlight Grove?
They just start shaking their head about, and a couple of the like fungi like growing off the sides of their head erupt in the familiar cloud of telepathic spores that allow you to communicate with them. And all of you have become accustomed to this with Stool and now Rumpadump, and you allow the spores to wash over you as these little motes of lights just fill that chamber. And a couple of the others, I think, a couple of the other members of the group as well. I think it's definitely Esmeralda and the others as well. They, not wishing to miss out on this. They kind of running over and like huffing the spores.
Bring them in.
Me too. And Rumpadump's voice, is heard in your mind. I am from Neverlight Grove.
How did you fall in with that wandering, dancing tribe that made off with one of our group members?
They of my circle.
You all left Neverlight Grove?
We of Circle of Explorers. Our job to leave the grove. Our purpose. But they strange. And Rumpadump turns to you, Corbin, as the only other one that saw what happened. They act strange.
Yeah, that was something completely different. Does that happen a lot in Neverlight Grove? Like, do people, the other explorers circles? You called them circles?
And there's almost like a thrum through like Rumpadump's form. No. Never.
Okay.
Grove. Together. Grove, one community. Circles. Commune together. One group.
So, going back to Neverlight Grove would be returning you to your community, to your your home, your family, right?
Excited.
So you do want to go back. Okay. I mean, kind of your job then, Zakan, right?
Indeed it is.
No, not of Faye.
Me?
Have there been
No,
creatures
not.
or beings who have suddenly arrived? Have members of Neverlight Grove disappeared and gone somewhere else, magically?
Just us, Circle of Explorers, traveling Underdark. We...
Did you...
Sometimes others appear at Grove by chance. Sometimes nice, welcomed guests. Sometimes enemies. Fight.
Not by walking as we are now, but suddenly, out of nowhere.
From tunnels.
Sometimes.
One tunnel. One tunnel big enough for creatures. But many small rivers. Beautiful place. Colors. Lights. Big shrooms.
something of a connoisseur of mushrooms and various fungi, and quite excited to see it.
Connoisseur?
Fan.
Rumpadump. Fan of Zakan.
That's very kind of you. Let's get you home and to rejoin our lost member.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, historically, never a problem. But, Corbin, your turn.
Historically, never a problem.
Always fine. Always goes fine.
I will say, as you approach Neverlight Grove, we move to a new random encounter table. The general one is no encounter on a 1 to 13. The new table is no encounter on a 1 to 8.
And I'm
I think things are dangerous out here.
right? Damn, Underdark, you scurry. Now I'm rolling a d20 for this lovely table, correct?
Yes, please.
Okay. A 2.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. I'll hope. Low's good. So remember, low's good on these ones.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, you do start to discover, again, as you've been noticing as you move, even more prevalence of fungi and of various sizes and types that you have become familiar with during your travels here. But beyond that, there is nothing else. And the third day is uneventful. Alora, back to you. And like I say, at any time, stop me if there's anything you want to talk about in character.
14.
A 14. Okay, and could you also roll me one more d20, please?
3.
Okie doke. You are making your way through the tunnels and, marveling at the some of the bioluminescence that is being given off by some of these particular types of mushrooms that you come passing by at one point during this day. And then a slightly larger cavern opens up from the tunnel that you're traversing, and there is a very large fungi patch growing in this damp cavern that you've come across here. And there are lots and lots of common types of the giant fungi that you've been aware of and have seen in your travels through the tunnels here, but none of the edible ones, just the various inedible ones. Yeah, you said a 3? Laura, sorry?
Okay.
Yes, okay. Noted. Okay, so yeah, as you are making your way through this area here, you do suddenly hear a cry, but not any word or anything, just a shout out, almost like a bestial sound, almost like a roar of something that notices you coming from beyond in the fungus here. And as you are making your way through this cavern trying to get the ground here is difficult terrain, by the way, because of the nature of the surface that you're trying to traverse slippery underfoots and these giant fungi generally getting in the way, and you try not to destroy them and cause any too much bother with them because of Rumpadump being with you. Just out of, general consideration. But as you are
Don't
doing
step
so,
on that one, it'll poison you.
yeah, quite. But unfortunately, as you are doing so, there is a rather less considerate bunch of folks that come charging towards you, and let's use this one. Boop. And let's say we are in this bit here. Okay. So do mind the gaps, folks. Front there. Alright. Okay, Zakan and
We're
Corbin.
like on toadstools.
Let's, I think in the map there are stacks of rock, but let's say yes. Absolutely. And those are kind of like fallen like Zirkwood stalks that are bridging the gaps, shall we say. Zakan and Corbin, could you please roll me a d4?
4.
4, okay.
1.
1? Okay. So, let me find the relevant things here. That must be down there and here. Ah, where are you? Ooh. Ah, there we go. Found you. Okay, coming across the large mushroom cap towards you, we see a drow, which is clearly a drow, or was a drow at one point, with 4 other creatures that look similar to Prince Derendil, but much more bestial. 4 of them, to be exact. As a drow and 4 quaggoths come charging towards you, but you see that they are all in a very similar state to the drow that you used to be traveling with kind of spores and kind of fungal kind of markings on their skin, but to a much, much greater extent, as these creatures seem to be infested by some kind of fungal disease, maybe? Or effects.
It's the last of us up in here, y'all.
And they come. Hey, Genocides, good to see you. And they come charging across. And my friends, we need some initiative.
Hey.
Good timing, Genocides. We're about to fight some spore servants.
I mean, I totally forgot that going up a cleric level would make all of my spells a lot more powerful.
Oh, nice.
9.
9.
Can't not do it. It's poisoned my brain.
Right, Genocized? Yes, spore servants. Good, solid Underdark fare. Oh, natural 1. Not very fast, spore servants. Okay, so yeah, you were kind of delicately picking your way through. Your friends are still back on the previous mushroom cap. But as you've been crossing over between them, across these fallen Zirkwood logs and things, you do see that the gaps down do disappear off into the depths, with some rather ominous spider webs strewn between. Okay, so we are ready to go. And, of course, first and foremost, Elora Illustrious, please.
Starter and the finisher.
I guess Alora is brimming with confidence now that she has 2 magical weapons on her.
Whoosh!
Brings them out of the sheath, and there is no place really to hide here, right?
I'm afraid not in the center of the cavern here, I'm afraid, yeah. You could, if you
I
could.
got you, Lord. Don't worry.
If you look at the Zerkwood bridge that's like to the north there, it goes up to a different level. So if you were like up higher, you could like be out of sight. You could break line of sight that way. But remember, if you've got your 2 magical swords, if you are fighting alongside a friend of yours, that will also give you the sneak attack.
Right. So I guess she's gonna call out to them and be like, somebody follow me and we will tag team this.
Any of you.
Anybody, please.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll say that yes, there is a angry roar from the rear, and he's like, Queen Laura, I will save you from these bestial kin of mine. And Prince Darendil
tank
leaps, and he will not be fighting as such, but he will be providing the help action to you, and assisting you in distracting his kin, the other Quaggoths here. Everyone who's fairly new or joining us newly today, Prince Darendil is a Quaggoth from all appearances, but apparently is a polymorphed elven prince who has taken a shine to Elora, but is not being reciprocated, but does want to help her out. So you don't have to. That means you don't have to stick with Zakana and Corbin. You can go your own way, and Prince Darendil will be watching your back and helping you there.
I said anybody. I didn't actually mean anybody. I meant anybody but you.
Poor Darendil.
She'll take the help anyway, reluctantly. I think I'm gonna go after
the drow.
Yeah.
Okay, look at stopping everyone. It's cool.
Ooh.
Attempt to hit with the Dawnbringer.
Go for it.
That's a dirty 25.
Just 25, yeah, that's fine, good. I'll definitely hit.
7 radiant damage.
7 radiant damage, okay. And yes, as you dash, and with your sneak attack as well, because of Prince Darendil.
Right, and I can use my offhand as well, 2-weapon fight with my
Indeed.
scimitar.
Yep.
That's an 18.
Well, you're gonna put the sneak attack on the first attack?
Oh, I guess I was gonna just do it at the end.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do it.
Well, it's up to you. You can put it on either attack. Which would you like to put it on?
I got an 18, so I'll just put it on the second one.
Sure. Okay, so, yeah, they both hit. What's the damage on the second attack?
That's a 9. And sneak attack is 11.
Okay. Your Majesty, the finisher. Tell me what happens. As you spin with sunlight blaring forth, temporarily blinding this drow, their sensitive eyes scorched by the sunlight emitting from your magical blade. How do you finish this spore servant?
I guess while the drow is distracted, Allura is just charging forward. I think she's gonna jump and then kick the drow in their chest while they're distracted, pushing them on the ground, and then using their Dawnbringer to slash at them and then stab them with a scimitar at the end.
Noted. Okay. So yes, you come charging across, yes, kick them in the chest, knock them off balance as they're trying to cover their eyes and don't see you coming. And first Dawnbringer slashes across, and then the scimitar also plunges into their chest. And you kind of roll away quickly as a cloud of spores is released from the wound as you destroy them. And they go down, but you are surrounded by these Quaggoths as Darendil goes kind of side to side with you, growling back right at them. And Corbin, it's your turn.
Okay.
Poor Drow, he didn't even get a go.
Right. All right. So.
So can't stop
Corbin
rolling
is
once.
going-
At least when you're rolling for numbers of enemies. Come on.
Jeez.
You could have had 3 friendos.
25, 40. So I can use my movement.
Uh-huh.
My full movement takes me right up on this guy.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool.
And I would like to do a bonus action. No, so I will be using my bonus action to do Fury of Blows, but if I use a key point, which is like a bonus action to do my Fury of Blows, can I still cast a spell? It'll be an
You have
action
to-
and a bonus action.
No, you have to.
I have to use a key point.
You have to do the attack action to do the flurry of blows.
Yeah, but I can use a key point so I can do Fury of Blows as a bonus action.
If you did the attack action. It's
Yeah,
not-
and I
you-
have to use the. I wanted to
Take
cast
easy, I'll
Mold
hold.
Earth on. I wanted to cast Mold Earth on him to get him stuck in place, and then I wanted to use a bonus action or a key point. I wanted to use a key point to do Fury of Blows after that. I wanted to make sure he couldn't go nowhere.
Is Mold Earth a bonus action?
No, Mold Earth is one action.
Okay, so, hey, Adventure Archive, welcome on. Raiders, welcome in. We are fighting Spore Servants in the Underdark. No, I'm afraid that's not going to work because you need to take the attack action to use Flurry of Blows. And if you're casting the spell, you're not attacking.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to use my key point to do it, because I can do that with a key point.
No, you have to spend the key point anyway, don't you?
Mm-mm. A key. I'm thinking of a key fueled attack. Key points. To use key fueled attacks, and you have 3 short rest. DC is 12, and then it says a key fueled attack. If you spend 1 key point as part of your action on your turn, you can make 1 attack with an unarmed strike or a monk weapon as a bonus action before the end of your turn. So they're two separate things. But if I can't do it that way, then I'm just gonna do something else. That's
Okay.
all.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't think that's going to work with the different actions and bonus actions that are needed. Welcome, Raiders. I hope you had a great time.
That's totally fine. I'm just gonna run up on him suddenly and then do Fury Blows by itself. I'm just not gonna have the security that he can't get away from me.
Yes. Okay, so you're
let
going
me
to go up
roll
and make
to
the
attack.
unarmed strike.
Yep. Bam. 17 to hit.
Okay. Sorry, just double checking how everything's going here. Okay, so yes, so roll me 3 attacks, right? With the flurry of blows as well. So yeah, the first one, what was
First one
it?
hit.
It was a hit.
17.
Yep, that definitely hits. Okay, so roll me the damage. Welcome in,
It's
everyone.
gonna be 5.
5 damage. Okay, thank you. And then the flurry of blows.
Okay. And rolling to hit now. Hey, the first Fury Blows 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
And will an 11 hit?
No, I'm afraid the third one misses. But what's the damage on the second one? How you doing, everyone? Do give us a follow if you are not already, and you can join in our followers Discord and be told whenever we're going live with all the exciting things we've got. 2 new campaigns starting this month, so do not miss out there. Discord. There we go. Cool.
It was another 5 for damage, so 10 damage total.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, you go running over and just like slam, slam. The punches go flying into this strangely mutated, kind of spore-ridden Quaggoth that is bestially roaring at you angrily as well. Okay, and Zakan.
The other 2, charge in. Zakan has been Looking at their glaive, and muttering a celestial incantation, and it glows with a holy fire as they cast Searing Smite.
Nice.
So they go ahead and do that, and then they're going to go here, so sort of, going the opposite side of Corbin.
Okay.
And with the reach of their glaive, they are going to strike out.
Yeah, 10-foot reach.
Swing, just
Okay.
blazing. Yeah.
Go for it.
That is 4 for the first strike.
That's a miss. The creature just kind of spins, unnaturally out of the way, almost like something was like jerking its its body out of harm's way.
So strikes down to the ground. But thanks to Dread Ambusher on my first round, I'm allowed to take 1 additional attack.
Okay.
They're charging at this thing. Let's see if this one goes any better. A little bit better. A 13?
A 13 just hits it.
Ooh, okay. Alright, so let's see. So the glaive sinks into their mushroomy flesh for, let's see, the slashing damage part is 2 plus the additional Dread Ambusher. Plus 5, nice. So that's 7 damage of slashing.
Okay.
And then we got that beautiful Searing Smite damage. Let me double check it real quick. I think that's
Smite them all.
Smite.
extra 1d6 fire damage.
Nice.
Very loaded first round. That's only 1, so I think we're up to 8 points.
Okay. The entire
and then they have to make a
illuminated
Constitution
as
saving throw.
Dawnbringer's sunlight spills throughout the room, and then the flash of fire goes off from the side, and a Constitution saving throw will bring us 9. Only a 9.
9. So now they are on fire.
En flambe. Okay.
Flambe. So at the start of their turn, they'll take some damage.
It is said start of their turn. So what will that be?
All right.
Let's
see
get
what
it
that
on.
damage is. It's an additional 4 fire damage.
Ouch, 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 ouch. But it's strange, like, because, usually they would be, like, crying out in pain and probably, like, panicking with the flames lapping up around them. But they're strangely, like, unbothered by it. As they're kind of just, like, snarling angrily at you as you're approaching here. Okay, now, what's the deal with that? Can they, like, use an action to put that out, or what?
So, it's either like if they let it burning, then they have to keep rolling the saves, or they can use their action to put it out if they are of the mind to do so.
Okay, thank you. Yes, so that one does stop, drop, and roll, and knocks out puts out the fire. But as it rolls up, it does roll up next to you, with its movement. So it is there, and its buddy comes rushing over to you as well. This one will come rushing up to Elora, and that one will stay next to Corbin there. And they lash at you with their claws. So let's go top to bottom. Zakan, the first claw, swipes out 21.
21.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Okay, that is
and then
9 slashing damage.
And then I'll say for this second one, they'll shoot out the warding flare. Because I can't remember if we have to do it before or after the roll is resolved, so I'll just do it for the second attack. Reaction, yeah.
Okay.
So it imposes a disadvantage.
Disadvantage on that? Okay, thank you. The second attack is only a 7 with that. Okay.
Cool.
And Elora, the one just comes, it's just like, almost like a great, like a massive, like, hairy dog, but massively muscled. It's just like, across the top of this mushroom as it comes charging towards you. Its teeth snarling. It's like, I think you've seen Derendil like this in a nightmare at one point. Just imagine him reverting back to his form. He's like, "Stay away from Lady Elora," as he's trying to help you here. And that is gonna be only an 8. So it snarls at Derendil, and he saves you as he leaps into the way there. The second attack is only a 9. So yeah, they both miss as Prince Durandal protects you from this bestial enemy that is charging at you. Corbin, 17.
The 17 hit? I want to say no,
Yeah, I bet you do.
but I can't.
It looks like a 13 to me. Okay.
No.
So yeah, that hits for 4 slashing damage as the claws bite into you, and then the other arm just comes whistling around from the other side, and that's only an 8, so that misses. Okay,
Ooh.
and that brings us back to said Lady Allura Illustrious. I went too far. There we go. Sorry, bro. Okay, Allura, let's go with Corbin on deck.
Okay, I'm just gonna go for the one that tried to attack me but failed.
Yep.
That is a 17.
Hits.
Okay, and that's going to be 9 damage.
Okay, thank you. And do you want to roll the sneak attack as well? Durandal's there.
Yes. Yeah, they get a 14.
Hang on, let me. I should do this properly.
And
Lady!
if that,
Oh, giant Durandal.
Yeah.
Not that big. Lady, no! Okay, so what was the total damage altogether, please? Sorry?
that was, oh gosh, that was a 14 for my sneak attack damage.
Okay.
And I think it was a 9.
You said 9, yeah, that
Right.
sounds about right. Okay, so that's 23, wow. As Dawnbringer cuts into this creature. Okay, and then you're going to bring round the Moonblade on the offhand.
Right, that's an 11.
Misses, I'm afraid. But that Dawnbringer attack already blooded the creature. As it cuts a vicious gash across its shoulder. Okay, anything else?
Nope, that's all.
You good? Okay, Corbin, Zakan on deck.
Okay. I would like to know if because I do have that. So that the monster did put the flames out because he stopped, dropped,
Yes.
and rolled, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I can create those. So one that attacked me, he's gonna get some payback in the form of an entire arm blade.
Okay.
Does a 14 hit?
A 14 does, yes.
Okay. Arm blade. Ooh, I rolled a 3. The offhand, the dual wielding, is that something that we're supposed to do every turn? Because I also have that. The dual wielding.
I mean, that's your bonus action. If you want to use it for that, you can choose. But your flurry of blows is more powerful if you have the key points.
I haven't used any, and we just took another rest, so they've been replenished.
Mm-hmm.
So then, yeah, I will do that so that I can do my thing. So now I just have to roll to see if I hit, so I can do the other attacks, right?
Yes.
I didn't. I did not do that thing.
Oh, bad luck. Okay. Then that on both attacks, both of the flurry of blows.
Oh no, just on the first one. The second one.
There's two.
All right, that's a 12.
Oh no, just misses.
All right, well,
Because you try and punch out with this massive, muscled third arm, just boom, spats you out the way. Okay. And ow, that hurt my sore throat. I should stop doing that. Okay, no growling today. No growling today. Okay, Zakat.
Poor DM throat after all the noises and stuff that you make all the time. I'm sure there's a condition. So let's see. I think what Zakan is going to do, we're going to have fun with a new level toy here.
Mm-hmm.
They plant the glaive into the ground, like blade down, and it extinguishes the flames. And they draw out their staff and hold it up above their head, and they are going to channel divinity and cast Radiance of the Dawn.
Okay.
So what this does is it creates 30 feet of holy light for one, and each hostile creature, as we said, within 30 feet, which is all of them at the moment,
Yep.
have to make a con saving throw.
30 feet radius.
30-foot radius, yes.
Okay.
Oh, it says within 30 feet. So,
Oh, it just gets the other one. Yeah.
yeah, it just gets them.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, getting
so
surrounded. Yeah, they lift it up.
Con save.
Con save.
DC.
14.
Okay, so I'm gonna go the one that's to your south. Passes. The one next to your east. Passes. The one next to Elora. Fails. The one next to Corbin. Fails. It's a very, very selfless.
Right, so
just focusing on the other ones.
Yeah. The fails take 10 radiant damage, and the successes take 5.
Okay. Let's see.
That whole explosive light thing that they've got going on.
Yeah, right. Okay, so yeah, there's this burst of sunlight just radiates out from your stuff, and they all hiss and roar. But again, slightly kind of unemotionally. But that does the sculpting chin. Thank you for that's a great name. I love the spelling on that as well. That's cool. Thank you for the follow. I'll give you a shout for the Discord later. Okay, that is bloodied the one that's to your south, the one that was on fire before, and 10 damage. Not on its last legs yet, but that one that's still looking pretty bad. But the one that's against Corbin will be bloodied there. No worries, Silton Jin. Good to have you along. We are very quickly approaching 800 followers. Thank you all so much.
Hey.
That's it. I hope maybe we can get a special one-shot later. Do join us for that later, everyone. A special one-shot roulette game later with special guests from Dreaded GM, Quest Junkies UK, and Scarlet Song. Okay, pleasure to have you. Okay, so that is that. Now.
Yeah. Oh, and I did look it up for the warding flare reaction thing, and it does say before they hit or miss. So before that, roll is resolved.
Okay. So yeah, if I'll say.
I guess it would be pretty overpowered otherwise.
Yeah, right. So when I say they're attacking you, you say I do the warding flare.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you very much. Now,
in which case, if one of them is, they will do it for the reaction.
Right. Okay. It is now their turn. The one that was to your east there shuffles between you and Elora, glaring around at these things, and the one that you had then set on fire and now blasted with the sunlight looks at you angrily, its lip curling, drool dripping off those sharp fangs, and it lunges towards you, but not with its claw. Well, actually, with its claws first. As one claw rakes across you.
So we'll do disadvantage for that one. The flare.
It still hits. I'm afraid it was 22. That's 8.
Even with the disadvantage, dang.
Yeah, the other one was a natural 20, so that's probably the best way.
Oh, there we go.
That is 8 slashing damage.
8. Okay.
Okay, 8 slashing damage on that, and then it starts to whip around the other arm, and you brace yourself, ready to fend off the second attack with this second claw, but it drops the claw and slams into you with its shoulder, and I need you to make me an athletics or acrobatics check. Your choice.
Ooh. Love this. I know what you're doing. Alright. That is a dirty 20.
Nice. Okay. The Quaggoth slams into you. Was that acrobatics or athletics?
I'm proficient in it, so let's go with athletics.
Okay. And okay, yep. The other one slams into you, but it does not despite your frail form, does not possess the strength. Obviously weakened by the fire and radiant energy that's blasting through it, does not manage to affect you. Then the other one goes for you. Hits you with a 24.
God
That's
dang,
seven slashing damage.
7.
And one more of those athletics checks, please.
Okay, let's see how it goes. Let's see.
Come on, if the gods gave us interesting terrain, let us use them.
So that one is going to be a 12.
A 12, okay. So yeah, you kind of brace yourself, but you're slightly knocked off balance already by the first one's attacks. The claws of the second beast scrape across your side, and as before, the large spore-infested shoulder with the manky fur half hanging off it slams into you. That is a 14. Laura, you turned when this Quaggoth stepped between you and Zakan, worried that it was going to attack you, but it did not. It was still attacking Zakan, and as it slashes him across the side, you gasp as it slams its shoulder into him, and he disappears off the edge of the mushroom and falls down between. And there we are. Nice little falling icon. And that is just a moment. D10, D10, D10. Here we go. Okay. You fall off this giant Zirquid mushroom that you are traversing, Zakarn, and you plummet the 60 feet that is off the side, down to the cavern floor below, impacting heavily on the ground and taking...
Poor old body.
Oh, not a great roll. Good news. Only 14 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god, they are up with 1 HP. Well, they're not up. I assume they're on their back and hurting severely, but
you lucky
conscious.
person. That's amazing.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, so I got 2 1s and 2 2s on those 66. That could have gone very differently. Okay, so yeah, you Elora, you do hear Zakan's groan of pain. He is still clearly conscious down there somewhere, but he is 60 feet down off the edge there. And but you don't have time to worry about that too much, I'm afraid, Elora, as the one next to you starts growling and turning towards you with its claws. 13 will miss, yes?
Miss, yeah.
Okay, 14. Creeping up one by one. Misses 2. Okay. Right. Now. Actually, I think this one will loop around the two of you down next to Corbin here. This one's going to stick there next to you. And Corbin, next to you. First one hits. That is 4 slashing damage. Second claw. Hits. 5 slashing damage, so 9 total. As they're growling, and every time they growl and like open their mouths, like this little puff of spores comes out, strange sickly green color, kind of weird glow to them. And Laura, it's your turn.
Laura stops seeing Zakan fall off the edge, but hearing his groans reassures her at least a little bit that he's dead. So she's going down to the one that's bloodied in front of her.
Okay.
That is a dirty 21.
That'll hit. It's only you only stick the dirty on it if it's a 20, but not a natural 20. So if it's more than 20, you don't have to say it. It's okay.
I'll dirty when Laura does it.
Filthy attacks. Okay.
Filthy attack.
Flurry of filth. That sounds horrible.
Yes.
There's a bug flurry, isn't
Oh,
it? Sorry, yes.
damage is gonna be 13.
13 damage.
And
Okay. Finisher, tell me what happens.
I think Allura is just trying to be as quick as possible, so, slicing it across the neck, and then
Yes.
moving on to the next
Okay.
one. with
Yeah,
my
you
drone.
spin and
Yeah.
Dawnbringer cuts through, and as the light shines, a dawn breaks across the horizon of its severed neck, and the headless body rolls backwards onto the top of the Zerquid. And yes, you spin with the moonblade towards the other one. As night and day cuts their way through the ranks.
My offhand, that's gonna be a 17.
A 17 hits. Now remember, with the offhand, you don't add the proficiency bonus. Is that right? Is it a proficiency? Hang on, let me get it right. I want to get it right.
You don't add to damage.
Yeah, it's just the roll, yes. Yeah, the roll's fine.
The damage roll is what it's affected.
Different weapon, yeah, you don't add your ability modifier to the damage roll, so it's just the dice.
Okay, so 3.
But it would still be the +1, because that's the magic weapon.
Oh, okay, so
Right.
4.
Yeah, so 4 total. Okay, thank you. Yeah, because you don't add... Is a scimitar, is that dex or strength? I wonder. I forget which is which. No matter.
Certain classes allow you to use either.
True. Okay, thank you. Noted. And you're sticking where you are, yes?
Yes.
Okay, yes, Darendale will rush forward as well. And Corbin.
Okay, I am going to use Frostbite on the one that is bloodied, I believe, with the yellow dot next to me.
Okay, go for it.
I don't think that is an app. Well, you have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Okay, that will be 8. It's probably a fail. Better be a fail.
Alright, it is, and the target takes, on a failed save, the target takes 1d6 cold damage.
1d6 cold damage. Alright.
Full damage. I rolled a 6.
Nice. Okay, not on their last legs yet, but they are hurt as the cold, the frost kind of goes across their skin and the spores stick
Like,
to
for a
them.
little bit of flavor, it's
Yes,
when they
please.
went to go, like, yell, and, like, all you said it was dripping and it had all the mushrooms on it. They just kind of look and just go like this at their face, and then the mushrooms, like, freeze in their mouth.
Yes, absolutely. Nice. Okay, thank you. And Zakan, where are we at? Hang on, let me get to the right page here. As you lie down there in the dark between these soaring Zerquid trunks that just reach up, and you can see the outline of... It probably looks pretty cool because there's like just all of these mushroom caps up above you are just ringed with the sunlight from Elora's sword, just shining between the gaps. You can just see this strange... It looks like a bunch of UFOs flying above you. There's all this lights coming off the side of them. But as you do, in that light of the sunlight that is spilling down off the edge, you do see something descending towards you, as if on a large line of silk, as Webster comes out of the darkness, belaying down. Not that big, sorry. As
Yeah,
they
I got
come
scared
down.
and then okay, and then scared again.
As they come descending down from the
Webster's
darkness.
coming to eat Zakan's corpse.
Waste not, want not.
Not like cats.
Yes, Corbin will be the most delicious. One day. All right.
I wouldn't want to go any other way, Webster.
Okay. So yes, you think they think they're coming to help you clamber back up because it would take you a very long time to climb up on your own. But with a giant spider to cling on to.
Something's broken, I'm sure.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so you, yes, do you want to jump onto their back?
So first, I think like they're lying there, just like breathing heavily, and from behind the mask they go, "Alive, another day it seems." And as they see like
Webster looks slightly disappointed.
yeah,
They came.
they see like the
Eyes alive. I gotta save them.
they see the shape approaching, and they hold out their hands, which start glowing with what looks like dangerous energy. But then they realize it's Webster, and so they change instead. And I think it might be one of the first times they've healed themselves, but they're going to cast a Cure Wounds at the second level to get some points in here.
Okay. Could you? I'm very, especially given your current predicament, I'm very excited to see how this goes. Roll me a d4.
D4.
Yes.
Can I roll the healing first?
Nope.
Right?
Uh-oh. This is what they would do, though, so... Oh, that's a 2.
Okay.
D4.
Please, roll the healing.
I'm scared. I don't like that. So it's 13 points of healing.
13 points of
That's a
healing.
decent amount of
Okay.
healing.
Now, interesting.
They're gonna struggle
this
with
was
their feet.
this was the wild magic surges that happened back in the Tomb of Kayem. It was the effects triggered the next time you healed. Healed.
Oh,
someone.
interesting.
So that's what I was waiting for. And the first one, there was 2 wild magic surges, and they were both triggered by the next time you try and heal someone. The first one that you rolled, last time, you rolled the d4. If you got a 1 on the d4, it gave you 1 damage, so it would have made you go unconscious.
God, that would have been so funny.
And Webster could have tucked in.
And then they get eaten.
Yeah.
He
But
knows better.
there were
and
2
don't make
wild
my
magic
baby
effects that are
mad.
triggered by you healing someone. The second one, you do not see what happens, but Elora, you look slightly concerned as the Quaggoth spore servant in front of you seems to heal, and some of that trademark Zakarn healing light shimmers around them. Is Zakarn healing your enemies? Did you say 15?
Their aim's just a little off.
13.
13. Okay, yes, they also get 13 points of healing.
They are so old, and they fell like 60 feet.
There's so much damage. You're okay. Your aim got a little off.
As you do that,
As a free action, they're digging out some jerky for Webster as Webster's approaching,
Okay.
standing shakily to their feet.
Yeah, and you clamber shakily onto Webster's back and roll me an athletics check.
Let's see how this goes. We might just be hanging out down here until the combat's over. Oh, that's pretty good actually. That's a 19.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you manage to hold on as Webster goes vertical and
They're
starts
wiry.
scampering up the vertical surface of the Zerkwood stalk next to you. Yeah, you hold on at the neck points and just being
Gritting their teeth.
borne aloft as Webster clambers back up the Zerkwood mushroom. Okay, and that
Dragon's
brings it
celestial.
to their turn. So, Elora. 24
so-
will hit. Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Are you gonna use Uncanny Dodge?
Yes.
Yes. That's what I thought might be coming. Okay, so that is 7 halved to 3. You can do that that's your reaction. Yes.
Yes. Reaction.
Okay. So yeah, once a turn. Okay, the second claw comes. Also hits. For 7 again, so that is a total of 10 damage from that one. The other one is dead. Corbin
Yes.
hits.
Okay.
I'm just gonna roll them all. Miss,
Oh, okay.
miss. Wow, only 1 hit from 4 attacks, but that is 9 slashing damage. Okay, so all of these 2 Quaggoths are just growling and snarling as they're trying to attack you, and just all these claws are just slashing through the air at you, but you're just parrying and dodging and weaving and getting all around there. You're feeling a certain affinity, surrounded by all of these majestic mushrooms, all of these Zerkwoods and other fungi that are clustered around the tops here, and giving you some sort of energy here. Okay, and That's their turn, which brings us to Alora. Go.
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna go for the one directly in front of me now.
Yep, go for it. Oh, sorry, before you do that, Alora, you do see Webster come up and over the side with Zakan holding on for dear life. Oop.
Zakan, did you try and heal Darendil and actually heal one of these Quagoffs?
Darendil also looks very pissed off. He's like, I do not look anything like them.
Oh, baby.
Okay. And attack.
That's a 13.
Just hits. So roll me the damage with your sneak attack as well.
So first damage is 14, and then attack 10.
3d6, yeah.
So that'd be 24 in total.
Nice.
And then 2 weapon fighting. Use my sword.
Yep, the moon sword.
A 22.
Okay, and the dice plus 1.
2.
Oh, right. Okay, so that one is also bloodied as the Dawnbringer and Moonblade slash out and cut through its flesh. Okay, Corbin.
Alright. I'm gonna get some of that double weapon action.
Go for it.
Well, the first weapon I'm gonna be using is my arm blade again.
Yay.
Shot. 19 to hit.
Hits.
Damage is 8.
Okay.
And then my second weapon is my whip, which I made my monk weapon, but I don't know if that's...
Huh? But this is the offhand attack, so right? So just the but we'll roll to hit as normal. Vosh Voyager, thank you for the follow. Pleasure to have you along. We'll send you a shout for the Discord later. Hope to see you there. How are we doing? Must be getting close to 200. Sorry, 800 now. I'm curious. 792.
Okay, I'm back.
Hi.
I don't know what happened.
Okay. Whip attack.
Yeah, the
real
whip attack
good.
was 13 to hit. There's a 13 whip it
Okay,
real good.
that just hits too. Yeah. So just roll the dice without the extra stuff there.
Just roll the dice without any extra stuff.
Thanks, Voyager. It's a dice roll without the bonus from your stat.
Okay.
So for the whip, that is what?
Is it...
So D4.
Yeah. Yeah. Click it. Without the extra, it's just 2.
2. Okay, thank you. So yes, you slash out with your arm blade and cut it viciously across the chest, and then crack, you hear the whip go off as well. Alright, thank you. And Zakan, you slide down off Webster's back.
Yeah, like with a grunt, they slide down off of Webster's back, and they like limp, with very ragged breathing, their way here, and they hold out their hand and say, "No respect for elders these days," and they cast Guiding Bolt.
Which
at
one?
This one that Corbin is next to.
The non-blooded one.
The non-bloodied one, yeah.
Gotcha.
And just to make sure that this really drills home, I'm going to use the inspiration that I was gifted.
Yay!
And good thing, too. There you go. The first one was a 3. But the second one, with the modifier, that's dirty 20.
That hits. So Corbin, there's advantage against that one next time if you want it.
Yeah. And let's roll that beautiful damage on Guiding Bolt. 6 plus 20. Let's see. So that is 20 radiant damage.
Oof. Okay, that one is on its last legs. Nice.
Just like blow it away, like, and if this is a column or something, like they just get slammed into that column and a massive.
Yeah,
like,
there is a
wave of energy.
yeah. So like these Zirkwood mushrooms are so ancient and like such a part of the scenery. There's actually stalagmites growing up off the top of it.
Super
Okay.
cool. And then they're gonna take the rest of their movement just to get a little bit farther. Actually, maybe let's do
Switch
this
down
one
there.
if that's okay.
Okay, thank you. Right, and the Spore Servants. The first one's going to go for you, Elora. Attack. Boom. Miss. And a miss. And then the last-legged one next to you, against you, Corbin. Hit. And a miss. So that is 9 slashing. You still up?
I'll tell you in a second. Hold on. 9. All right, so like, no.
Oh, okay. So Corbin collapses unconscious to the mushroom top. Okay, let me mark that there. Boop. And the other one, seeing Corbin collapse in front of them, turns hungrily towards you, Zakan, and
A blinding flash, that one. Warning flare for that attack.
okay for that first attack. Yep.
Yeah.
So with disadvantage, that is only 16.
That will do it though.
Still hits. Oh, okay. Sorry. So that is 6 slashing. And then second
Okay.
claw, 14.
14 will not. Thankfully.
Misses. Okay, cool. So, yep, that happens there. And that brings us back to Laura.
Okay.
So your mic's gone funny there, Laura. Sorry?
I'm saying to use a potion of healing on
Okay.
someone else. That would be my action, right?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage so
Okay.
I don't take an opportunity attack. Then I'm going to give Corbin
Mhm.
a potion of healing.
Noted. Okay, so yes, you vault over the prone form of the dead drow and slide across on your knees across the top of the Zirkwood mushroom cap there and pass the potion to Corbin. What type of potion is that?
Or just a regular potion of healing.
Okay, yep, so roll the healing.
Heal me.
Oh, wait. Thing. It's not in my. Yeah, there it is. It's in my equipment. I don't know why it's not letting me pull it. Yeah, maybe because I don't know. Am I carrying too many things? That's why it won't let me.
I'm not sure. Sorry, what's the problem?
It's just not. It says it's in my equipment, but it's not letting me roll it.
I don't think there is a roll
You just
for
have to
potions
roll
like
the
that.
dice.
Yeah, just roll the dice. Yeah.
It's 2d4 plus 2.
Okay, if you want to, you can use the dice roller on the bottom left, your little d20.
So that's 5.
5. Okay, so yeah, take 5 healing, Corbin, and you are prone,
Hey.
unconscious, as you see Elora kneeling concernedly over you there. Okay, thank you. Any bonus action, Elora? Oh, you did the disengage.
Nope, I used.
Yeah. Okay, so Corbin, your turn.
Can I cast a spell from the ground instead of?
Yeah.
It would take my movement, or would it take my action to stop being prone?
Half of your movement stand up.
But it wouldn't take my action away.
Nope.
No, I'm hurt. If I can cast a spell from the ground, I want to do Earth Tremor on the other one to make it be prone.
Nice. Okay, yeah, so you see You see, to one side, Alora's concerned face. Right next to her, this growling beast, like just reaching towards her, and you're gonna pass Earth Tremor to knock the one that's prone that's next to you.
Mm-hmm.
There's already an advantage against it from Guiding Bolt.
There is. Okay.
So just attacking it would be better. Mm-hmm.
You said just attacking it would be better?
Yeah, you've already got advantage if you stand up and attack it.
Oh. Okay, then if it's only going to take half my movement, I have so much of it. So,
True.
Okay. Should I just do a sudden flurry of blows?
And we'll just roll the first attack, because they're already on their last legs. So, see how you go.
Okay. This attack is an 11 to hit. Oh, sorry, a 16 to hit, 11 plus 5.
With advantage?
Sorry, it was 11 plus 5, so it's 16 to hit on that first one. With advantage, the second roll is...
See if you get a natural 20.
21, actually.
Okay.
So 21.
That hits then. Yep, and roll the damage.
Cha. Crit damage, I rolled a 6 plus 2, so 8.
8 damage. Okay, let me just quick double check here. Yeah, tell me what happens. This is your unarmed strike, right?
Oh, you said he's... Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't matter. You can still do flurry of blows if you use a weapon.
So you said that they were like coming in closer because they were like reaching out for them.
They were going for they were going to attack Alora. It seems, yeah.
So after they give me the potion and they just kind of go. They kind of look over, and then it looks like they're going to hug you, Alora, but they just kind of like roll and move you out the way while they get up and stab upwards.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, your
and
arm
go down like this.
Your arm blade flicks out and just punches up through the chin and into the skull of the creature, and it collapses dead, falling off the blade. Now, you could use the rest of your movements to rush over to Zakan's beastie there and do your flurry of blows on that one.
I'm gonna do it.
Because you can move between attacks. Okay, so yeah, you dash over there.
Oh, thank you for moving.
Sorry, you're welcome. 2 unarmed strikes, please.
Alright, 2 unarmed strikes. First one, is 18 to hit, and the second one...
Well, roll the damage.
First damage for the first unarmed strike is a 4.
4, okay, that puts it on its last legs. And the second unarmed strike?
Second unarmed strike was a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
And then that is a 3. I only roll a d4 damage for those.
Yeah, unfortunately. But that every little helps, and that is on its last legs. So Zakan, you see Corbin fall unconscious on the ground, but Alora rushing over passes the potion to them. They spring back up, do that cool thing where they kind of spring up onto their feet from prone, knock Alora out of the way, stab their arm blade through the chin of the Quaggoth next to them, come dashing over, punch into the ribs on one side, punch into the side of the head on the other side, and the creature looks in a very bad way. But it is still alive, and Zakan, it's your turn.
You look so tired, Zakan.
Yeah, they're not doing well, and their arms are shaking as this creature approached them, and they're not in the sort of like condition to be able to physically fight. So again, they're incanting as quick as they can. And John, remind me, I think I have the rules for this right. You can hold a spell and then release it as a reaction on in the round, right?
You choose to hold an action, you cast the spell, and then you tell me what the triggering action is, and then when the trigger goes off, you'll cast it.
So what I'm thinking, and I might need your help with this, is because like Zakan's worried about this other one rushing over.
Yep.
And so I was gonna say something like they move here, and they start the incantation for burning hands.
Okay.
And basically, if that one is going to, come over in this zone to attack Zakan,
yep.
They release it. Otherwise, if they don't come, they'll just release it anyway on this one that's here.
You can't do that. Sorry, you have to say one specific thing that will do the trigger, or cast the spell.
Okay.
Right now, it's up to you.
Yeah. Yeah. In that case, I think we'll just cast it then. and hopefully the other one doesn't come in and mess them up.
Go for it.
Yeah, let's do it. Actually, no, sorry, back and forth, but I will actually hold it if that other one comes over, because I have full confidence that Corbin could probably.
So, Corbin, you see,
finish this one up.
you see Zakan starting to cast a spell, but then they do not release it. And they're waiting for something, it seems, as the spore servants start to snarl and move. That one next to you two will go for Zakan, and lashes out with its claws. Does a 15 hit?
Meets it.
Okay, so that is 4 slashing damage.
Alright.
How you doing?
Alright, and then I gotta roll to hold the spell, right, I think.
Is it concentration?
It's still up. I think like holding it counts as concentration, but I don't know. Like in any case.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Should be fine. That's like 14.
14, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, second attack hits you as well. That is 4 slashing.
That will leave them with 1.
Okay, and roll me one more Constitution saving throw.
They're just barely on their feet. And that's a 12 for the
Okay,
Constitution.
you're okay. So yeah, so that those claws bite into you. Alora, the one up here, just seems to ignore Derendil, and snarling just comes running towards you, jumping over the drow. But as it does so, Derendil just snarls in his own right, becoming that same kind of bestial, angry form that you saw before, and he lashes out with his claws at the creature, hits and misses. So it does 8 slashing damage on that creature as it comes running towards you, Elora, but does not knock it out, so it does go for you, I'm afraid. That is going to be an 11 will miss. Natural 20 on the second claw, I'm afraid, for a total of, only a total of 8 though. 8 slashing damage. As it comes rushing over, you're still kneeling on the ground, like surprised at how fast Corbin sprang up and away. And this claw rakes across your back. And Derendil's like, "No! Stay away from Her Majesty!" And, Your Majesty, it is your turn.
Okay, so she's gonna spin around and
Tabletop
slice them
tease.
with
Welcome. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome on in. I hope you had a fantastic session. Hello, indeed. Good to see you, everyone. Hope you had a fantastic time. Welcome. We are nearly done here. We are just finishing up this fight against these spore servants, Quaggoth spore servants in the Underdark, fighting atop a massive mushroom forest. One of them has already been shunted off the side and fallen to their near death down the bottom. Miraculous escape. And Elora is about to do something very violent. Go!
So that was a 14.
14 hits.
And that's 9 damage. I guess because Darendil is too far away, I don't get my sneak attack. But
I'm afraid not. No, yep. So 9 damage. Okay,
And
that puts them on their
then-
last legs.
Wait, I rolled a 6, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, okay, the Moonblade goes wide as it ducks under the attack. Okay, and swings over, but does not destroy the beast. Okay, Corbin, we have 2. They're both on their last legs.
I know. I'm gonna try to do the double.
Yeah, you might be able to.
And see if I can grab them both.
Monk shit.
So
Engage, monk shit.
right. So for the first one that's directly in front of me, let's see how I do with another one
Okay.
of my arm blades.
Dear Raiders, if you're not already, do give us a follow, and you can be invited over to our followers-only Discord and get told of all the exciting things. We have 2 new campaigns starting this month. Do not miss out. An incredible, randomly generated one-shot happening this evening as well. So do swing on by if you are able, and help us get to 800 followers. We are very, very close. So close.
Can I use my inspiration? I want to make sure I get that.
Absolutely, yeah. So roll with advantage. Yes, dear viewers, if you have Dream Pies going handy, going spare, you can award advantage to our beleaguered players here. Okay, how'd you go, Corbin?
With advantage, the roll to hit is a 21.
Nice, that'll hit. Roll me that damage.
And damage is going to be a 6.
Okay, that's enough. It only had 5 left. You do a roundhouse kick and just slams into its jaw, and it goes. Yeah,
All right,
right.
and then
Me too, Vosh. I've wanted to play Vampire the Masquerade. It looks like a good game. Good game. Good game. Okay, so yep, and then you sprint across to Alora's side.
actually they moved their arm, and I'm going to use the my crossbow for my second weapon.
Okay, yes. So you spin out the crossbow from your belt and.
And then, come on.
What is it? What is it?
I rolled a 7.
Oh, bad luck.
I rolled
Okay.
a 7 to hit.
So I'm afraid,
I
yeah,
used this person on the wrong roll.
Unfortunately, a crossbow bolt arcs off into the darkness and disappears. So remove that from your supplies, I'm afraid. Okay, anything else?
I like
That's your bonus
fall.
action.
I'm
So
so
any
tired.
movement?
Yeah, Alright, roll. That's dead now. No, actually, because Zarkon is damaged? You healed yourself. Are you okay?
He can heal himself.
Which one of them looks worse off?
Healing slaps,
Zarkon
healing
or
slaps.
Alora?
Zakan.
What's worse?
Zakan,
I'm gonna say
Zakan's
with the-
barely standing.
And speaking of Zakan, it is his turn.
Okay, I think like they were holding this, these flames, but they like start coughing with their broken ribs or whatever, and their hands go down.
Yeah.
And they shakily reach for like their bow,
Okay.
and they take like some shaky steps forward, and like collapse to a knee, but they're able to fire their longbow
Go for it.
at least once. In a desperate attempt to end this. And that's a natural 20.
Yes! If you've got them, folks, let them fly.
Yeah.
I have a sneaky suspicion that this might do it. But let's see how the damage roll goes.
Better.
Don't do that.
Oh,
That
Nat 20
is-
Productions official. Welcome in, Raiders. All of these fabulous Raiders.
We just got a nat 20.
Natural 20. Hey,
Just
everybody.
been rolled.
I hope you had a fantastic session. Let me give you a shout out here, see what's been going on. Nat 20 Productions official. Boom. Pathfinder. I hope you had a great game. Okay. And yes, welcome in, Raiders. Welcome on, welcome in. If you're not already, do give us a follow and help us. We are on our mission on the road to 800. So close, so close. And you can jump into our followers Discord, share your projects with all of our folks in there. Got a nice group of folks hanging out there. And do hang on and join us. We have a fantastic one-shot for later on. Thank you, Keywork. A fantastic one-shot later today, and we are starting up 2 new campaigns, a homebrew Ravenloft campaign, and one from CZRPG, the DM's Guild author, called Jacinta's Tyranny, a fantastic adventure over on the Sea of Fallen Stars, starting up at the end of the month. So do give us a follow and get all that information there. And if you would so desire, you can also check out our YouTube and Twitter for information as well. Zakan, how did that 20 go? Gimme.
So that was 11 damage.
11 damage.
Hey.
Now, we all know what that little red dot means. Last legs means 10 or fewer. Zakan, Ranger, Cleric, Savior of
finisher.
souls lost in the Underdark. Tell me what happens.
So I think, like this is some battle scarred type thing, and so they, go past Corbin like bracing their arm on them, but they slip and fall to their knee, and they put all of their effort into, just holding that bow just for another second to get their lock on the target, and they release it, and it just hits like square center mass of the chest.
Yes.
For this thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as soon as they let it go, they fall to the ground.
Okay. So yeah, you just streak
Corbin
the,
is right next to you.
the creaking and the creaking and protestations of the bowstring, just like like in your ear. You wait for that perfect moment as that Quaggoth spore servant just ka-chunk, ka-chunk, across the top of the mushroom. Prince Derendil behind is like, no, you stay away from the queen! Just charging behind it. You see the claws going through the air, almost in slow motion, as it starts to rip through towards Elora's form there, still kneeling from where she'd give the healing potion to Corbin just before. And as the beast, Elora, you turn around and you see this massive fungus-covered beast snarling, eyes red with ferocious, predatory energy, just comes leaping towards you. And as it does, its form suddenly pitches to the side, and you see the familiar fletchings of one of Zakan's arrows blossom from the edge of the rib cage, and it gets shunted off to the side, rolls once, twice down the curve of the Zirkwood mushroom cap, and disappears off into the darkness below. And Webster chases after it.
Yay!
Yay, dinner! All right.
Can I would like to do something real quick.
Please.
Because Shot and you were bracing on Corbin, and they're like, because you helped them, thank you, because they were kind of in like a rage mode when they hopped back up and pushed the Lord out the way and then went and started attacking people again. And that after you did that, they kind of hug you because they're like, thank you, because I don't think I could still do that. And I'm going to cast Healing Word.
My ribs.
Healing Word on said ribs.
I'm going to cast Healing Word on you with the hug.
Healing hug.
Hug of healing.
Hug of healing.
Hug of healing. I don't think you could take a hit right now. So hug of healing. So it's just small. It only +3 to your health, but here.
Fantastic.
That's more than what I had.
I don't think that.
Just looks over to Elora. Are you okay?
I'm completely fine. We should be worrying about that one on the floor over there.
Everyone still here?
Corbin counts. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't worry, Chaotic, we're done. You're not going to miss anything. Yes, everyone is still there, and you stop and catch your breath, and you are left again in the echoing quiet of the vast space up above you and the vast forest of Zirkwood mushrooms beneath you, able to rest for a brief moment before carrying on your journey towards Neverlight Grove. And you will see what happens in the remaining days. About 3 more days by your reckoning, until that last destination, the Myconid colony, where your barbarian friend Ignatius is said to have gone. And we shall see what happens next week. A massive thank you to my lovely players and all of you people who came by. It was wonderful to have you all here. As I said, if you're not already, do give us a follow so you can be told when we're going live, and get an invite to the Followers Discord to see what's going on, get the information about new characters, see sneak peeks of character art and stuff before it comes out, and also have the chance to share your news as well. Let us know what's going on with your streams and all that stuff going on. I will send an invite in the Twitch Whispers after we have finished up here. And a massive, massive thank you to all of those wonderful channels that raided us today. Guild Superior, Tailmonger, Elhawk, The Adventure Archive, Tabletop Chitties, Nat20 Productions Official. Thank you all so much for the raids. It's been absolutely wonderful to have you all swinging in by. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs. And we will see you all again very soon. Later today or tomorrow morning, depending where you are in the world, we will be playing a one-shot roulette game. Everything is randomly generated. The characters have already been done. We will be starting the session and discovering the location and the major plot points and twists as we start the session, and then we'll dive right in and see what's going on there. A bunch of crazy multi-class builds and races are being thrown into God knows what. Do join us for that if you get the chance. We are joined by the fabulous Josh and Elle from Dreaded GM over in Australia, the fantastic Patch from Quest Junkies UK, and Scarlet from Scarlet Rose, as well as our own Michael and Marin will be joining us for that. Yes, always a great time. Do join us for that if you get the chance. Then On Saturday, myself, Michael, and Marin will be over on Quest Junkies UK as players. You can see me as a player playing my Bearkin barbarian, wild magic barbarian, over in Patch's homebrew world. That is a fantastic, fantastic time. And join us for that if you are able. Then next Tuesday, we'll be back in Icewind Dale for Rime of the Frost Maiden. And that'll bring us all the way back round to the Underdark once more. Thank you, everybody. Buns, have you got anything to shout out?
Friday, so literally 2 days from now, on Valdeth's channel, you will be able to find me playing Tannis, aka Revolver, on Masks to learn how to be a teenager instead of a mindless drone of their parents.
Always a good thing. Okay, thank you. Right, everyone, stick around. The ending screen will show you that information about that fantastic one-shot happening later, and then we will go head on raiding. Let's show the love. Let's carry on those raids. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let us go on and visit our good friend Queen Shark, who is over playing some D&D herself, and we shall see what is going on now. Until next time, that's all for today. But thank you so much. As I say, it's all for today. No, it's not. I'll see you later for the one-shot. But that's all for this session of Out of the Abyss. But we shall see you all very soon. Thank you once again. And, as we like to say around these parts, sayonara. Bye. Thank you. Click.